Hello, everybody, and welcome to Grain Valley, Missouri Championship Friday Night District Championships all over the state of Missouri, and your Harrisonville Wildcats are set to take on the Grain Valley Eagles in an MRVC West rematch from 5 weeks ago. Cats looking for a little bit of redemption here tonight. They lost on this very field 5 weeks ago. Last second catch in the corner of the end zone from Column to Ethan McCoubry to get the win over the Wildcats as time expired. A lot of deja vu, Gary, as I'll bring Gary Davidson in. Deja vu from last year. But last year we were 3-3. This year we're 3-3. And here we sit in another district championship game against the Grain Valley Eagles.
Yeah, but I like the way we set this year. We've talked about it before the game. You did it in a pregame spot earlier today. This isn't a cop-out, but it's hard to beat a team twice in the same year, especially at this level. And it's, Grain Valley's got something to defend as far as the game earlier this year. Harrisonville's got the state title to defend from last year. But coming into this game, Harrisonville I think is going to be a lot calmer coming into it. Grain Valley's got something, they've got to hold on to a win from earlier.
And what I saw, we kind of talked about that before we went on the air. What I see out of the two teams a little bit different tonight than what you would notice on a normal Friday night. Harrisonville's, I feel like they're out there for a business trip. They're going about their business. They're not hooping, hollering, being loud, trying to hype themselves up. They know. All they got in the back of their head, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, is 6. Anybody from Harrisonville knows what 6 means, and we'll discuss it a little bit later. Grain Valley's got to talk themselves up. They've got to got to say, yeah, we got this. But that can backfire on Grain Valley. If they come out here too excited, too hyped up in this football game, Harrisonville jumps out, gets a touchdown or a 2-touchdown lead, that doubt really starts creeping back into Grain Valley. Here we go again. Here's Harrisonville. And that's what Harrisonville wants. They're coming up here, business trip. This is only a stepping stone on their mission to another state title. So there's a lot at play here tonight, and it's going to be fun to watch, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I was looking over the stats and things that happened the last time we were here. The very first series that we got the ball, it was a total of 16 plays, 82 yards, and a touchdown. The last time we had the ball was 17 plays, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Now, granted, they came back and won on that last-minute pass, but our first and last drive here at this stadium were touchdowns, and they were long drives, and we know we can do that. And you know that they've watched the film. They can see that they can do that. And I'm sure Grain Valley, on the other hand, has saw that they can't stop them if we want to. And there's some adjustments that need to be made. One of our weaknesses, and we'll talk about it in the keys of the game in a little bit, one of our weaknesses in that game was 3rd and longs. They saw something they liked on film. We were bringing our middle linebacker, Isaiah Patrick, out of the ball game. That was opening up the middle of the field. And in doing so, they were spreading the field out, and then they were running draws, and they were letting the quarterback run up the middle for 10, 12, 15 yards, getting those 3rd and long conversions. And those are backbreakers for a defense. When you give up, you think, okay, it's 3rd and long, all we got to do is get a little bit of a stop here, and we're going to get the ball back. And when you continually give up those 3rd and 15s, then you start running into trouble.
Yeah, and I know you're going to get to this in a minute as well as far as the keys of the game, so I'm not going to, other than I'm going to say is one thing that we've got to correct is, which we had been good in our winning streak up until last week, we kind of, had a little bit of a setback, was penalties. And I'm going to let you get more into that as when you get to the keys of the game, but we've got to make sure that we watch that, because last game we were here, we had a dozen penalties, twice as many as Grain Valley, and there was about 120 yards, if I'm not mistaken, and some of those were very big killers.
Crucial penalties. Well, we're in the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's only locally owned and managed bank, member FDIC. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a minute or two with your keys to the game.
Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center and Harrisonville Appliances. They will save you time and money and give you the same selection as the marts up in the city. So instead of spending hours driving north searching for a great deal, go see the crew at Troby's right here in Harrisonville and get friendly hometown service at affordable prices. With 3 generations of Troby's helping, it's a true hometown business, happy to make you feel.
From small jobs like an oil change or big ones like fixing a transmission, Young's Auto Repair will get you back up and running in no time. A knowledgeable, friendly staff with a family raised in Harrisonville, Michelle and William know small-town friendly service and good craftsmanship is the key to keeping customers happy and coming back again. So next time you need a tune-up or an alignment with their state-of-the-art alignment machine, give Young's a call at 816-380-6008 or stop in and visit them at 1312 South Commercial right next to Santa Fe Glass.
Friendly faces and bright smiles greet you every time you walk into one of the 4 Sherwood Community Bank locations in Creighton, Urick, Garden City, or Harrisonville. A full-service bank with new internet banking options to track your accounts and many loan options. That makes Sherwood Community Bank Harrisonville's premier bank. They are the only locally owned bank, and you know your neighbors are taking care of you and your assets. When it's time for a new bank account or a loan for a home or car, think local and think Sherwood Community Bank, member FDIC.
Harrisonville's newest restaurant is located on the 7 Highway exit at the new Sapp Brothers truck stop. Apple Barrel will make your mom smile with daily specials, a home-cooked feel, breakfast served all day, and a breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Next time you need a good home-cooked meal, come out and see the friendly faces and taste the great food at the Apple Barrel, located inside the new Sapp Brothers truck stop, open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily.
Treatment for minor aches and pains starts with a family atmosphere at Schroeder Chiropractic. They want to get to know you and find the best treatment solutions. The family atmosphere in over a decade in Harrisonville, Dr. Schroeder and Dr. Sharp give residents peace of mind that when the aches and pains are too much, they can come in and join the family at Schroeder Chiropractic next to the Brick House Coffee Bar and Eatery right off the historic Harrisonville Square.
Everybody's schedule is different. Wouldn't it be great if service centers were more flexible with their hours to accommodate your schedule? Good news, the Sapp Brothers Service Center is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. and they don't just work on semis. They can work on your vehicle as well. If you work odd hours, get home after 5, or are just looking for a new place to take your vehicle, try the Sapp Brothers Service Center and be blown away with the great customer service and professional craftsmanship. Located on the 7 Highway exit right next to the Sapp Brothers truck stop.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASC certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang behind O'Reilly's and the Big Blue Building.
Everyone loves a home field advantage. Buying or selling a home should be no different. That's why the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty, should be your first call when you're in the market for buying or selling. James and Michael Hearn were born and raised right here in Harrisonville. They know the area and will find the perfect fit for you and your family. Mix in former Wildcat Tyler Hearn and the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty as your hometown team with the home field advantage to get you in your dream home. Give them a call today at 816-797-0756 or visit them at www.hearnhomes.com. The easiest place to buy a car just got easier. Max Ford of Harrisonville is getting rid of its 2017 inventory and offering 72 months, 0% interest, and a $1,000 trade allowance with approved credit. If this isn't in your budget, they have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from so you can cruise through town in style. If you've been on the fence about buying, now is the time. So go to maxmotors.com while you watch the Wildcats, find a car, and head out to Max Ford tomorrow to get rolling down the road. And stay tuned after the game for our Max Effort Player of the Game.
So you're saying you didn't eat this ice cream?
Baby, I swear on my lucky shirt. I ate it. frightening bolt. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Brad Sainer, the Wildcats' most trusted Harrisonville Farmers Insurance agent who's seen it and covered it. Brad Sainer. Visit him in the A-frame on Commercial across from Casey's to get you covered.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Grain Valley, Missouri District Championship Friday night from Grain Valley. Your Harrisonville Wildcats set to take on the Grain Valley Eagles. It is your pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's only locally owned and managed bank, member FDIC. One of those games, something's got to give tonight. An 8-game winning streak right now for the Grain Valley Eagles, 5 in a row for the Wildcats. So somebody's winning streak is going to come to an end, and somebody's is going to continue on into the state playoffs next week. It is time for our keys to the game. For keys to your dream home, get a hold of your hometown team, the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty, today. Keys to the game tonight for the Harrisonville Wildcats. Key number 1, redemption. 5 weeks ago, they sat up here, watched a win go right through the fingertips of our cornerback Nick Laughlin over in the far corner of the end zone. They've had this game circled since that time, knowing they were probably going to get a shot at the Grain Valley Eagles, and they're going to get it here tonight, Gary. And, you know, that last-second loss has got to fuel the offense and the defense. You got to have more scores and more stops. I mean, that's basic football 101 right there. The more stops you get, the more points you score, the better off you're going to be. And that's what they got to do tonight is with redemption. Yeah, and it's not easy to get up for a game like this. For one, it's not easy. It's not hard. Excuse me, I said it's not easy. It's not hard to get up for a game like this because of the fact you're playing a rival like this. Number 2 is they beat you earlier in the year. Whether it was on a last second or whether it was a blowout, they beat you earlier in the year. It's not hard to get up for us for this game. It's harder for them, and we talked about that earlier. It's harder for them to get up for this game and not get overhyped than it is for us to get up for this game. I'm going to flip-flop these last two. Second key, Mama's right. We've talked about it. We've joked about it. We've had fun with it all season long. But Mama tells you to keep your laundry clean and keep things taken care of. If the Wildcats want to win tonight, they've got to keep the laundry and the penalties off the field, and they got to keep this game clean because Mama's always right, and we all know that, Gary. Yeah, and, I mean, proof's in the pudding. When we've won, we've not had a whole lot of laundry for Mama. When we've lost, there's been a whole bunch of laundry, and so we know that. I mean, it's nothing new for us as far as this year. We were able to correct it earlier in the year. We had a little bit of a setback last week. Don't know what the reasons were for that, but I'm sure that they have talked about it after the game and this week, and they saw the laundry here last time they were here, so they're going to be ready for that. Key penalty on that last drive made a third instead of a 3rd and long or a 4th down. It ended up being a 15-yard penalty for a first down into our territory and gave them a shorter field, which in turn made that last play a little bit easier. Last key for me tonight, 6. We've talked about it. We've seen it all season long. It's been their mantra, and they've all talked about it. That title won't defend itself. They're shooting for a 6th state title in program history. And now it's time, put up or shut up, so to speak. It's time to go and take care of business tonight, as this is a district title, and you got 3 games after tonight if you want to defend that crown. Yeah, and, you know, it's always nice to sit on top, but you've always got a target on your back when you sit on top. But we've had that target on our back a lot of times, and so we're used to that. We're prepared for that, and I think we can handle that a lot better than maybe other teams would be able to. So, yeah, I think we're ready to defend that. And I think, you know, we talked about that a little bit earlier. You feel it with Harrisonville out there tonight. There's not a lot of chatter. It's like, let's go out, take care of our business, and let's move on to next Friday night. And Grain Valley's, obviously they're excited to be in this situation. They're 2-time defending conference champions. But that goes back to Harrisonville, and Harrisonville says, hey, you take your conference title, I'll go and take my state championship ring. And so we'll see what happens tonight. It's going to be fun, but it's on the table. If you don't win tonight, Coach Mercer's going to have a whole lot more basketball boys on Monday morning or Monday afternoon.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. As much as he wants the boys, he doesn't want them until after the state championship game.
Absolutely. And, you know, I always give Coach Mercer a hard time. I always say, I know to wait till January before I come watch a game because a couple things are going to happen. Coach Mercer's probably not going to be very happy on the sidelines, and they're not going to look too good because they've had about 3 days of basketball conditioning. And I know your son would be one of the first to tell you that basketball shape and football shape are two totally different animals.
Absolutely. And the one thing I like is it's Friday night lights. Gosh, there's nothing better. I loved it when they came out with that song because there's nothing better than Friday night football.
And there isn't, and you know what? Hopefully there's some more Friday night football next week. Those are our keys to the game, brought to you by Keller Williams Realty, the Hearn Group. For keys to your dream home, get a hold of your hometown team, the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty. Today, we're going to take a timeout. They got the national anthem getting ready to be played. We're going to take an extended timeout. We'll be back with your starting lineups, coin toss, and opening kick. After this, you're watching High School Football 4Ts.com.
Ready for relief? Absolute Health Chiropractic's professional friendly staff is trained to get results. Your doctor of chiropractic will analyze the cause of your pain, explain what's causing it, and work with you to get relief. They use effective, tested, proven techniques to relieve your pain and get you back to 100% right away so you can get back to enjoying your life. Absolute Health Chiropractic at 1908 West Mechanic Street in Harrisonville, or call 816-380-2436. Upcycled Orchard Pumpkin Patch opens this weekend. Pumpkin Patch, hay rides, corn maze, bounce house, pumpkin bowling, corn wagon, apple lunch, s'mores fire pit, cider donuts, cider slushies, mums, and all your fall decorating needs. We also have You Pick Apples. Patch activities are open Saturday 10 to 4 and Sunday 12 to 4. Our shop, pre-picked pumpkins and apples are open during the week, Wednesday through Friday too. Located at the corner of South 7 Highway and Kaufman Road. Special groups can call and schedule during the week. Check us out on Facebook or call 816-925-0404. While sitting here watching the Wildcats turn your oven to 425 degrees and run to Papa Murphy's to get a game day pizza. Papa Murphy's is the best stop for a pizza in Harrisonville, from regular pepperoni to one of their specialty pizzas like the Cowboy Pizza that has everyone's taste buds covered. Watching that figured, they also have you covered with Delight pizzas and an assortment of salads as well. Nothing goes better with football than a hot pizza, so get out to Papa Murphy's and treat your taste buds to love at 425 degrees.
Is your car making an annoying squeal? Air conditioner sweating you out with the August heat? Then it's time to give Darren and Robert a call over at Greg's Wheel Alignment and Brake Service. Greg's Wheel Alignment has been in town for 50 years and will give you professional service at a fair price. So the next time you hear an untimely noise or simply need an oil change, call Greg's at 816-380-3384. Carol Looney and the staff at American Heritage has been where Harrisonville's turned since 1981 for their dream homes. Carol and her staff will make sure you find the house that's right for you and your budget. They will make sure schools are right for the kids as well. Go see the team that goes the extra mile for you, located next to Sonic at 1000 South Commercial, or call 816-380-6161, or visit the website at americanheritage-realtors.com.
Back to school means new hours at the Vault. Every Tuesday through Thursday, 3 to 6 p.m. Whether you're playing games or just hanging out with your friends or taking advantage of the free tutoring, the Vault is a safe place to help students move forward. We're also inviting students and their families to the Vault for every away game this football season. Come watch your Wildcats on the big screens and hang out with your friends. Check us out on Facebook for more information and upcoming events at the Vault.
A bad tire can ruin someone's day in a heartbeat, so don't trust your tires to just anyone. Let William at Young's Tire and Wheel Center get you rolling down the road with safety and peace of mind. With their tire warranty and free rotations, they make sure you're well taken care of. So whether it's a spare or a new set of 4 tires, Young's will get you safely to that next Wildcat away game. Act soon and you may be eligible to up to $100 in rebates with certain hand-cooked tires. Go see William today right across the road from the Garage Burgers and Brew on Commercial.
Need a haircut, highlight, beauty supplies, nails done? Good news, Harrisonville has your one stop to answer all these questions. Salon 114 on the west side of the historic Harrisonville Square is a full-service salon with cuts, colors, curls, conditioners, and nails. There is no reason to make multiple appointments and stops. Just go see Amy and her girls and get it all done at once. Salon 114 is proud to sponsor Wildcat Athletics and the Wildcat Cheerleaders Spirit Spotlight. Harrisonville's newest restaurant is located on the 7 Highway exit at the new Sapp Brothers truck stop. Apple Barrel will make your mom smile with daily specials, a home-cooked feel, breakfast served all day, and a breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Next time you need a good home-cooked meal, come out and see the friendly faces and taste the great food at the Apple Barrel, located inside the new Sapp Brothers truck stop, open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily.
What is the number one thing people look for when buying a used car? Trust. If you can't trust the person you buy your vehicle from, you can end up with a lemon. Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's trusted name for used cars since 1984. That's over 30 years in business, earning your trust and giving you confidence that he will be around for your family for years to come. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, think about the used car dealer that has been around longer than any other. Holland Auto Sales on Commercial, just past Price Chopper.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Grain Valley, Missouri District Championship Friday night as we are set to rock and roll here from Grain Valley as the Wildcats come out to take the field. And similar situation to last time we were here. They kind of block off the middle of the field, making sure Harrisonville can't roll down the middle of the field, but no problem. We're all over here on our side. I feel like we're a little bit segregated here tonight. You know, the broadcast is over here. All the fans are over here. So, nevertheless, we're ready for some high school football.
What keeps us coming from going up there? That's what I want to know. I was thinking maybe you ought to go in front of them, but
I do know from past experiences, I have seen us get a little bit too carried away and maybe dance on an opponent's bird at one point in time, and that didn't set too well with some others, and never mind. But I regress. We're ready for some high school football. It is your pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's only locally owned and managed bank, member FDIC. As we approach your coin toss coming up here in just a few minutes. Where's the beef? It's on Harrisonville's offensive and defensive lines and the half-pound Boss Burger at Forged by Fire, the official burger of the Harrisonville offensive and defensive lines. And Gary, I was at Forged by Fire last night and finally had a Boss Burger. They're fantastic. So I will say I will sponsor the Boss Burger tonight. Go and get you one because they're amazing. We're going to talk about our defensive line, our defensive front three tonight. Nick Cruz, Christian Cooper, Ben Clary, they've got to have a great game. If they have Colum on his heels and running early in the ball game, that can set the tone for the defense tonight.
Tackles for loss. You've mentioned it the last several games. In fact, I think it maybe was a key or really a big discussion point last week. If we've got tackles for loss like we did last week, we're keeping him back on his heels like you said. It's going to be a difficult game for him throwing the ball all night.
So we will see what happens. The Cats are kind of accustomed to teams now throwing the ball against them. We had a game against Odessa, and I think at last count, I think they're still throwing passes, and they have about 314 attempts in the game. But, you know, we kid, but they had over 50, and that's unheard of at the high school level.
It is, you know, and they were looking for a way to win. I guess that's what they thought they could do. That wasn't successful. But I think Grain Valley's a little bit more depth to it, and I think they're going to be a little bit more successful. We've just got to make sure and keep it, in front of us, and don't let them get behind us. Number one, and keep those long passes at a minimum.
The Harrisonville defensive line, sponsored by Where's the Beef, on the offensive line in the half-pound boss burger at Forged by Fire, the official burger of the Harrisonville offensive and defensive lines. We are about 5 minutes or so away from your opening kickoff. Still to come, the coin toss here in the ball game. And, now kind of all the pomp and circumstances out of the way. Both teams are ready to rock and roll. They're getting ready to walk out for that coin toss. And now's where you start focusing on getting ready for that game, getting in that game mindset, Gary.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. I really, you look at the guys here on the sidelines. We watched them come out for pregame, for warm-ups, and go back in and come back out. They look like they're here for a business trip. They look like they are mentally and physically prepared for this game, where I don't know, how Green Valley is, but I think we are ready to play ball tonight.
As weird as it is to say, with us being the defending state champions, you would think a lot of that pressure is on us. But in all honesty, I feel like all the pressure is on the other side of the field tonight, because we have nothing to lose. They've had back-to-back conference titles. Now they've got to prove that they can take that next step. We don't have any pressure. All we got to do is go out there and play our game, and we're going to be fine. And Grain Valley's they've got the doubt in their head. They've got, can we finally beat them? They've got all that pressure. Harrisonville's like, hey, it's a business trip. We've been here before. We're going to act like we've been here before, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, we came out first series, had a great series the last time we were here. Last series we had, those are the two big series. That's almost 200 yards in about 30 plays just in those two series alone. So we know we can do that to their defense. They, in my opinion, got lucky on a last second pass, and were able to take that game. Other than that, they only had a touchdown and a field goal, and that was it.
Well, we'll see what happens as we're getting ready to rock and roll, and I think they wait till like the 3-minute mark to let them walk out there. But as we do it, Harrisonville's premier starting lineup for insurance is Stafford and Stafford Insurance. Call them today at 816-884-4800. And talking about starting lineups, we'll talk about the Harrisonville Wildcats offensively as your position players. Several, they rotate on that offensive line. Lance Short, Keegan Rowe, Kalen Johnson, along with Nick Cruz, Ben Clary, C.J. Caterly, Sam East, Trevor Campbell, all going to see time in the back or on the offensive line. Your split ends, of course, Colby Knowles, as well as Jasper Davis and Nick McCleve. Kurt Poisel at tight end, and your running backs, Joe Bowers, Wyatt Reynolds. Wyatt over 1,000 yards on the season, and with two fantastic games the last couple of weeks, approaching 1,000 yards is Joe Bowers. And that's the Joe Bowers we saw in the state championship game last year, and he's played his best two football games the last 2 weeks. And if we see that Joe Bowers tonight, Grain Valley is in for a rude awakening.
2 100-yard rushers last week. That really doesn't happen at this level. Both of them over 120 yards. And he wasn't like that when we played up here the last time.
No, and the crazy thing about that is just the way he's been able to turn it on the last half of the season. There's so many similarities from last season to this season with your running backs, with just the whole team.
This time we're winning as a team, and not just one or two different people. It's a group of people.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So we'll see what happens tonight. I just feel the calm before the storm coming up. It seems like Harrisonville's ready to rock and roll, and if they're on their game, that offense can be that offense is a well-oiled machine, and it's fun to watch. So we'll see. Will they mix it up? Will they just say, you know what, we smash-mouthed you on 2 massive drives last week, and will they just go straight to that split-back veer, or will they try to spread it out?
We won the toss, and we deferred. We just love it.
Show Me Auto Mall gives you above-average service at below-average prices to keep some coin in your wallet, and the coin toss brought to you by Show Me Auto Mall. As Gary just mentioned, the Cats have won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So Grain Valley and quarterback Tate Collum get ready to rock and roll. And I think I just lost your daughter's highlighter. Hopefully not. Dad's going to have to go buy some more highlighters. So we're ready to rock and roll. Cats about 50 degrees, a little bit of wind, just enough chill to have some fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, I got to tell you, I had my wife listen to some parts of the thing last week. There's no better person to listen to you and be critical of things you need to change. We'll go into that later. I'll tell you later. But she's very kind to me as well. But she was wanted to point out a few things to me.
Well, we'll have to discuss that. So, bottom line is we're ready for some football here on a Friday night. District championship on the line. Cats in their home white, or their away whites. Sorry, white tops, white bottoms, black numbers with a blue outline, blue, white, and black down the sides. The blue helmet. Grain Valley in their home blue tops, blue bottoms, black sleeves with the white numbers and the black helmet. And Sasonis is set to kick it deep to the Eagles of Grain Valley. And we're underway in the district championship game. A line drive kick right up the middle, and it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Tate Collum and company to start this drive off. So right to left comes the Grain Valley Eagles to start things off here. Thanks for joining us for the pregame show, brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's only locally owned and managed bank, member FDIC. That kickoff was brought to you by our good friends at Young's Auto. Kick off your winter season with a heater check and radiator flush at Young's. Pistol formation for Collum. Running back behind him in the backfield, 2 wide receivers set to his right, 1 to his left. As we set for business here from Grain Valley, and right up the middle, they're going to try to go with the run. Cats defense all over it. Back to maybe the line of scrimmage. They may give them about a half a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd down and long for Grain Valley. So they go right up the middle, nothing doing, and that Cat front 3 stifling on that first play. So 2nd down coming up here for the Eagles. Caleb Krill in the backfield behind Tate Collum. 2 wide receivers set to his right side, 1 to his left in that pistol formation. And a high snap. They go right up the middle again. And the Cats defense all over it. Gang tackle after a gain of about 2 for Krill. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. And this is where the Cats struggled last time against the Grain Valley Eagles. Were in these 3rd and long situations. You see Bird check in from the sideline. Checks in on 3rd down for Cheney. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7. Marquez as well as McCoubry, the go-to receivers for Collum. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and he's looking to pass, and the Cats chasing him out of the pocket right away. Nowhere to go, and somehow he gets out of it and is able to get rid of it. Cats have got to be able to wrap up, but nevertheless, they're going to get a 3 and out on that first series, and that is huge for the Cat defense to start things off, Gary.
Yeah, it is, and I thought they got him down. At least his progress stopped. They gave him the ref obviously gave him a lot more time because he was able to get out of the first. So,
and that's something I've seen a lot of this year. Seems like they let plays extend a little bit longer this year than I've seen in the past. And here comes the punt. Low punt, going to bounce end over end from midfield, and it's going to roll inside the 40 to the 35 and roll dead before it gets to the 30. It'll be Cats ball from their own 31 to start their first drive of the ball game. And, you know, here's where you can set the tone, Gary. You get them a 3 and out, you get the ball, and if you can march down the field on this defense, put points on the board in this first series, you're going to start feeling a little bit good about how this game could go.
You know, just like our series last time, it was 82 yards last time. We don't have to go that many yards this time. We only got to go 69. So
the Cats start at their own 31. Team comes from the sideline. They're going to line up in the I formation here. Isaiah Patrick in front of Reynolds, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. And here they go to the outside to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to get cut down and go out of bounds after a gain of about 3. And the big middle linebacker in there at fullback in that I formation set, and the Cats are going to get a good chunk on first down, bring up a second down and about 7 as they get 3 on that one. 10-12 to go here, first quarter. No score. Cats first drive of the game on second down. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Again, the I formation here, Bird under center. And the Cats are false start. Right off the bat there on the near side here, the right side of the line, a little shaky coming off. And it's going to bring up a second down and 12 now as the first penalty of the ball game for the Wildcats negates that first down gain, and now they're in second and long territory. So Knowles flanked out to the left side, McCleve to the right, I formation, Bird is under center. And here we go on this one, and right up the middle they go. Isaiah Patrick to the 50, to the 40. He's down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Isaiah Patrick adding to that 20-plus yard a carry average as he goes right up the middle of the field for a giant gain, and the Cats have the ball down to the 26-yard line.
That was 44 yards.
44-yard carry by Isaiah Patrick sets the Cats up inside the 30 of the Eagles. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. They're going to go I formation this time. And right up the middle, they're going to go, no, Bird keeps it himself. He tries to get to the outside. Going to get a couple of yards.
That was a great selection there.
Great selection, great play fake as he saw that coming right up to him. Got 5 yards out of it, and of course we're in that territory. It's hard to see. I thought he only got a couple of yards, but he did gain over 5. Brings up a second down. They're going to call it 6 on the scoreboard, so 2nd and 4 for the Cats. Knowles and Laughlin flanked out to the left side. Bird going to be under center in that split back veer formation. And here we go. Bird throws it out to Laughlin and just led him a little bit too much. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for the Wildcats. Cats right about the 21-yard line, it looks like. So Cats at the 21-yard line of the Eagles. 9:10 to go here in the first quarter of play, and I like the wrinkle Coach Meeks put in this week. He goes, we'll go a little bit more smash mouth. Let's go with the good old-fashioned I formation for a while. Split back veer again. Here they go up the middle for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets it inside the 20 down to about the 16. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to bring up, I believe, a 4th and short. We'll see where they mark it. So it'll be real close here on 4th down.
First down.
And they got a first down. So Cats just busting it up the middle, and a lot of the yardage coming right between the guards and tackles here, Gary, right up the middle on those inside veer handoffs.
And really, a lot of that's what we did last time. And we took some on the outside, but we did a lot up the middle. And so I see the same thing, the first series of this game.
Into the red zone, first down. That brought to you by Trophy's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Now they hand it off to Bowers. Bowers breaking tackles inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to the 3-yard line.
And you said it earlier. He is playing at a different caliber right now.
He is a totally different back than he was at the beginning of the year, and it shows there on that one. And that's another first down brought to you by Trophy's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Trophy's first when you think home appliances. First and goal for the Cats inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right. Bird under center with the split backs in the backfield. Here we go on first and goal. Right up the middle again for Bowers. Bowers is going to get a couple before he's pushed back. We'll see what they give him, maybe a yard. Going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Cats. 8:18 to go here in the first quarter. No score, but the Cats are threatening, knocking on the doorstep of a touchdown here with 2nd and goal coming up in the first quarter. Bird brings the play in from the sideline. Bowers to his left. Reynolds to his right in the backfield. McCleve to the near side. Knowles out to the left side. Bird going to pitch it back. Reynolds cuts back into the end zone, touchdown, Wildcats, and they're on the board first. A textbook first drive by the Harrisonville Wildcats. It was 7:48 to go here in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Harrisonville, extra point coming up.
Well, it wasn't 82 yards like the last time. This was 69, but the same thing we did last time.
Your tire's touchdown on the pavement is important, so don't get let down. Go see William at Young's Tire and Wheel Center today. And the kick is up, the kick is good. And that extra point brought to you by our good friends at Excalibur. They go the extra mile for you and the school district. We'll be right back after this. Cats lead 7-0.
Harrisonville Wildcats post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House, is open late to feed your hunger after every Wildcat win, home or away. No matter if it's appetizers to dissect the game or a full meal to celebrate, Forged by Fire is your stop. Try some fried pickles or wings, fill up on the half-pound Boss Burger, or go all out with a hand-cut, made-to-order 16-ounce Kansas City strip. After tonight's game, go to the Harrisonville's premier sit-down restaurant, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House, in the Price Chopper Shopping Center.
All right, welcome back to Grain Valley, Missouri. If a tone has been set in this game, it was set by the Wildcats. A 3-and-out on defense and marched right down the field in 8 plays, 69 yards and a touchdown.
2.5 minutes, and it was textbook. And you couldn't have said it any better. And here's the kick.
Sasona's kick, high end over end kick, going to be picked up at the 10 by Grain Valley to the 15 to the 20, go to the far side of the field. Up the sideline they go, cut back at the 30, and still in his feet down to about the 38-yard line and out of bounds. So a short field for Grain Valley this time, up to about the 40, 41-yard line. But we talked about it in the pregame, Gary. Business trip as opposed to getting yourself up for a ball game. And so far, you're seeing the difference in those two. So it'll be Grain Valley ball from their own 41-yard line. Kickoff brought to you by our friends at Young's Auto Repair. Think Young's when you go check your winter radiator. Kick off the winter with a radiator flush and a heater check at Young's. 1st and 10 for Column. And Grain Valley from their own 41-yard line. Got Krell behind him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers now near side to the left and 1 to the right. And looking to pass Column and nowhere to go. Boom! Hammered in the backfield. Jesse Wallen thumps him in the backfield. And it brings up a 2nd down and 15 for Grain Valley. On the sack by Wallen, he didn't see him coming, blindside, and boom.
And that might be a spine tingler, and that's also part of your keys to the game we talked about as far as tackles for loss and not giving him any time.
Definite spine tingler chance there.
That is
absolute health chiropractic.
That's 2 pass plays where he's dropped back, where he's been in trouble both times. The first time we should have had a sack. This time we did have one.
He's going to go pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers left side, 1 to the right. Krell behind him in the backfield out of that pistol. Column gets it, and this time he's going to try to run it. No, he tries to throw it, and now he slips, almost goes down, and they're going to call him down in the backfield. And a 3rd and long coming up for Grain Valley. Grain Valley's got 3rd and just outside of Buckner coming up for them. So 3rd and long coming up for Grain Valley here. Cats looking for a stop. Grain Valley's got to get to the Wildcat 49. They stand on their own 30 right now.
And this is going to get in Column's head as well also.
So pistol formation coming, 2 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left side. And here goes Column, and again on his horse. And the Cats are going to have to come up and finish him off. And another long run for a 1st down for Column. And he gets it into territory, and now a late hit flag on the Cats on the far sideline. That's not what you want to do after a 28-yard gain to tack on 15 more. It was an awful late flag and coming from an awful long ways away as well. And this is textbook of what they did the first game against us, Gary. They spread it out. They let everybody run go routes, and it opens up the entire field for Column to take off with his legs. So I would imagine Coach Shanker's already dialing up right now to get him a spy on Column that does nothing but stay in the middle of the field and wait for him.
I agree.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 all the way inside the Wildcat 30, down to the 27-yard line. 6:05 to go here, first quarter. Cats lead 7-0. Pistol formation for Column. And that was just the play Green Valley needed to get going. And they go with a jet sweep over to the end and nowhere to go as the Cats defense all over it. Ben Clary, Joe Bowers, and Jackson Crowley on the stop. And, you know, that was a play they ran several times last time against Tuskegee, and every time they handed that off to Euler, and we'll see if they do it again in the game. It brings up a 2nd down, loss of about a yard. 2 wide receivers again out to the right side, 1 to the left side. Column has Krell behind him in the backfield on 2nd and long. And this time he's going to try to roll out and throw, and he throws it deep down the field. Incomplete, intended for McCoubrey. Good coverage on that one by the quarterback, Ryan Bird, who playing cornerback as well. Brings up 3rd down and 11 for Green Valley. You got to figure Green Valley's right in that no man's land. They're at the 28-yard line is where it sits. Got to think they're in 4-down territory here. It's 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Yeah, and again, he had pressure on him. And that time we had somebody on him when he did that fake and then roll backwards type of bootleg play.
And it could have been a missed assignment on that first time, that where were you going, why were you chasing receivers down, as they needed somebody there. So 3rd and 11 coming up. You got to figure they're looking for 5 or 6 here to make it a 4th and manageable. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Column in the pistol formation with Krell behind him in the backfield, 3rd down and long. Here they go. And again, Cats showing blitzing. Throw it off to Krell, and Krell's going to have a 1st down and then some inside the 10 to the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. And it'll bring a 1st and goal for Green Valley. Backdoor screen right there to the running back Krell as he had nowhere to go. Good safety valve for Green Valley right there to have Krell coming out of the backfield. And I'm not quite sure, but it looked like Crowley was close to that, where Crowley may have been held a little bit right there. But nevertheless, it's 1st and goal for Green Valley at about the 5-yard line. Pistol formation again. Watch for a fade in the corner. They threw a couple of those against us the first time around. And here they go. Right up the middle, they're going to go for Krell, and Krell gets a couple, and that's it, as the Cats were there walling along with Cooper and others for the Cats. Brings up a 2nd down and goal inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. This is where, Gary, sometimes your spread type teams or your spread type offenses can struggle a little bit. We have a officials timeout here, is they can't spread the field out as much on these short yardage situations. So Krell hollering at his offensive line what the play is. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation, they're going to go in motion, and this time nowhere to go. Krell is hammered by several Wildcats. Started by Christian Cooper, finished off by Jackson Crowley and company, and it brings up a 3rd and goal from about the 4.
And Carell's a little slow getting up there. He got it from both sides. Maybe had some ribs, got hit in some ribs there.
So we're going to bring up 3rd down, and let's just put it this way. The Harrisonville defense is letting Column know where they're at all night so far. They've had a couple of big plays, and that penalty has kept this drive alive, and it brings up a 3rd down and goal from about the 2-yard line. Watch for McCoubrey in the far corner on a fade route here on 3rd down. And there's time they're going to go, and they're looking for McCoubrey in that corner, and he throws back over his body. Incomplete, brings up 4th down. Decision time for the Eagles here. Do you go and elect to put points on the board, or what are they going to do on 4th down and goal? Big play in this bowl game if they decide to go for it on 4th down.
And we can go 98 yards if they don't make it.
And you know, and you're exactly right, and here's my thought process. It's 3:23 to still go in the first quarter. You elect to try to get your points, in my opinion, in this situation, because if you leave 3 points off the board this early and we go down and score, that could be a devastating turn of events. So we'll see. It looks like they're going to go for it, though. They're going to go 3 wide receivers out to the far side. Krell in the backfield, Collum under center, and they're going to go with the quick snap, and Collum going to try to get there. Nowhere to go. Does he get in? And they're going to say he's in for a 6. Cats had him in the backfield, could not corral him. And it's a touchdown for Grain Valley, and just like that, it's a 7-6 ball game. Got to give Collum credit for fighting his way into the end zone on that one. Looked like he was dead in the backfield, and he got into the end zone for 6. But I will say this about Collum so far. He is moving rather slowly comparative to what he has been. He has taken some bumps and bruises early on in this game. So 3:16 to go, 7-6 our score. We await the extra point. High snap, kick is up, kick is good, and we're tied at 7 with 3:16 to go. We'll be back after this.
Why spend hours and hours scouring the internet looking for the best insurance prices when Stafford and Stafford Insurance can do it for you? They have over 40 employees and agents working for you and your family to match you with the right insurances to have you covered. No matter if it's auto, business, health, life, or home insurance, they will match you with what best fits you and your budget. So stop working so hard and work smart. Give Stafford and Stafford Insurance a call at 816-884-4800 and take the work out of insurance.
All right, welcome back. 3:16 to go here. First quarter, 7-7 ball game. Couple of big plays from Grain Valley on that drive. A bad penalty after the long run. A personal foul called on the Wildcats on the far sideline. Extended that drive for the Cats, and they had a run down the near side as well. I thought on that screen pass to Krell out of the backfield, Jackson Crowley was right there. I felt as though Crowley was maybe getting held on the near side, but was not called. And, you know, you're at this situation, Gary, on this kick, you just try to bounce back and put your offense back in gear the way it was the first time.
Hey, you just go what got you there.
So here we go, a little short kick going to be taken at the front man here, and that is Laughlin, and Laughlin's going to get it up to about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Cats will start this drive. Second drive of the ball game for the Cats with 3:12 to go here in the first quarter. 7-7 is our score. The good thing about the Cats spinning it on and getting the 3 and out on that first series, it kind of spins the game though, where they can get a chance maybe towards the end of the half to get you a 2-for-1 opportunity. Score late, go up by a score, and then get the ball after half as well. Because you know this is going to be a dogfight throughout. You would love every game to be a 3 or 4 touchdown game, but you know it's going to be a dogfight for a district championship. Cat's going to show I formation again here. Patrick in front of Bowers, and Bowers slides down. Ball comes out. No whistle, but the near side judge is showing second down so that he was down. And it looks like he just slid on the turf right there. Not sure what happened. Going to bring up second down and about 9. Looks like they may give him about a half yard. Bird going to get the play from the sideline. Maybe go back to that split back veer now as I saw Reynolds check in. And they will. Split backs in the backfield. McCleve near side, far side. On the left side is Knowles. And here they go on second down. And again, this time the ball pops out, and the Cats trying to recover, and Grain Valley going to have it. So Grain Valley going to have a short field as Bowers went right up the middle, and that ball just popped right out from Bowers. Looked like a good hit. And now Grain Valley going to have the ball right back in Cat territory at the Grain Valley 37-yard line. So talk about momentum shifting quickly in this one. You got a 3 and out, and you had a long drive. You're up 7-0, feeling pretty good about yourselves. Now you give up a long drive and 2 plays, you fumble it away, and now Grain Valley with a chance to go up a score here. 2 wide receivers set, To the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield for Collum. And he snapped over the head, and Collum going to run and try to throw it, and gets it ahead and nowhere to go. Good hit on the far sideline. Jasper Davis laying some wood. That could be another spine-tingling hit of the game. Right there on the far sideline. Good hit by Jasper Davis. Brings up second down, but give Collum credit. That should have been second and about 35, and he was able to make something out of it, at least get an incomplete pass there.
Yeah, he got a good bounce, though. If it had bounced any other way than it did, it just almost like a basketball bounced right back up to him.
So going to bring up second down and 10, and now they go back to that pistol formation with 2 wide receivers out far side, including McCoubry. Wide receiver to the left is Marquez. Pistol formation, Krell behind Collum. And here we go, Collum this time. They're going to go right up the middle. Just missed the tackle, does Isaiah Patrick, and it's going to cause a big gain by Krell. A gain of probably 20 there for Krell inside the 15. Going to mark him at about the 13-yard line. And when you blitz like that with your middle linebacker, you got to make sure you wrap those tackles up, as he would have brought up a 3rd and long, and instead it's 1st and 10 inside the red zone. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation. Collum has Krell behind him. And this time Collum going to throws it over the far side, overthrows his target. Cats defense, I'll tell you what the defense has done so far on the throws by Collum. He's coming out of there firing quickly, and in doing so, he's releasing quickly, and he's flying a lot of those balls early in this game, Gary.
Yeah, and I think that first series and the first play of the second series is why they're doing that. He's going to have to rush everything, which is going to make timing off. Second down coming up. Near side, left side is Marquez. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Collum looking over there to Marquez like he wants to throw that way. See if he's tipping himself off here. Pistol formation. Krell behind Collum. And the high snap goes to Krell, and Krell into the end zone for a touchdown, but a flag at about the 9-yard line means this one's probably coming back, and it'll bring up a second down and long for Grain Valley. And it is a hold. You got to figure after a couple of runs wide open up the middle, there was something going on, and they call a flag right there. Push him back to about the 18-yard line, so it'll bring up about second down and about 14 or so. So we'll see where they push him back to, and that pushes him back to about the 18-yard line, so second down and about 16. McCoubry flanked out to the right side with another wide receiver, left side Marquez. All alone on this side, Krell in the backfield behind Collum. This is a chance you may see another fade attempt to them. Instead, they're going to go right up the middle, and Collum nowhere to go this time. Cats defense, Isaiah Patrick the first one there, and everybody else fills in behind, brings up 3rd down and long from about the 19-yard line. So the ball marked just inside the 20 now. Going to be 3rd and long for Grain Valley. Collum gets the play from the sideline. So Boozman and Marquez flanked out now. McCoubry all alone on the near side. They're going to go in motion, and they're going to go with the jet sweep. No, they're going to go up the middle, and nowhere to go up the middle. Couple of yards to the 15, wrapped up by Crowley, and it'll be 4th down and a goal, or 4th down and about 12 here. And this time it looks like they elect to try to kick a field goal here. They brought in several newbies. And now this is that kicker that they had last time, Gary, as he's lining up Chapratham. And the kick is up. The kick is no good. And the Cats hold. So
You know, a lot of similarities in these two games because I believe early on in that game we had a turnover as well.
It was the first series, and we had a blocked field goal. He didn't miss it. We had a blocked field goal.
So now you got a missed on this one, and the Cats avoid catastrophe there after the fumble. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 20-yard line to start this drive. Just 28 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. So you got to figure Cats probably run maybe a play here to end this first quarter. We shall see. Wide receiver to left, wide receiver to right. Split backs in the backfield. Bird is under center. And here we go. Bird looking to pass. He throws it out to Knowles. Knowles has it at the 25. Falls forward to about the 27. A little out route. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 here with 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. See if the Cats try to run another play here with under 10 now. Bird out to the field, and he says, yeah, let's go ahead and go in for a timeout. So we will take a timeout as well. 1 quarter in the books, nothing determined here. It's a 7-7 ball game. We'll be back after this.
Free donuts. Yep, that's right. Fuel up at Sapp Brothers Truck Stop and get a free donut. If donuts are not your thing, wait, what someone doesn't like donuts? Anyway, they do have a full menu of lattes, hot and iced coffees for that caffeine jolt you may need in the early mornings, afternoon pick-me-ups, or late-night work. Bring the kids 12 and under in on Thursdays from 3 to 5 for the Build Your Donut Night. At Dunkin' Donuts located inside the new Sapp Brothers Truck Stop on the Highway 7 exit. There's a little something for the whole family and convenience to boot with a drive-thru and open 24 hours.
All right, we're going to flip-flop sides, and the Cats are going to take over. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 3 for the Wildcats, now going from right to left. Grain Valley will go left to right. And, Gary, you know, I like that play call on 1st down. It keeps the defense honest, knowing that you can still pass the ball. So we'll see what they do now here. This rest of this drive kind of sets up the rest of the drive.
And we've been doing a lot of that, those quick out routes and stuff like that. First quarter, they had the ball 8 minutes and 10 seconds. We had it by 3:50, and we had total of 77 yards. And here we go.
Here we go. Bird with it. He's going to go right to the middle. No, he keeps it himself. Nowhere to go, though. Going to maybe lose about a yard there. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Cats from the 25-yard line. So a 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cats. Bird comes to the sideline, gets a call from Coach Meeks. 11:39 to go here, first half. We got a 7-7 ball game. Cats started out gangbusters at 3 and out, and then a beautiful 8-play drive to score. But then Grain Valley, long drive of their own, and then got a turnover. And here we are into the second quarter with a 7-7 ball game. Bird looking to pass, and he's chased from the pocket, still being chased, looking to throw, and throws it up for grabs. Caught by Kurt Poisel. I just thought he jumped that up for grabs. Kurt Poisel's in the middle of 3 defenders, and he comes down with it for a 1st down. That was a coach on the sideline going, no, okay, let's go for a 1st down. As he's going to holler that one the whole time. But bottom line, they get a 1st down and move the chains, and sometimes it's just as good to be lucky. So here we go, wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Bird under center, ball up to the 37-yard line, hands it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds into the secondary, close to midfield, open field tackle by Grain Valley, saves what could have been a long touchdown run.
And he just kept running through tackles.
Trent Flake saves the touchdown, but it moves the chains, and then another 1st down. Those 1st downs brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, Cats ball their own 49-yard line after back-to-back 1st downs. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to right. Bowers Reynolds in the backfield. Bird under center on 1st and 10. And Bird this time going to give it to Bowers, and Bowers cuts it up the middle, down the side, up to 20, cuts back to 15, 10, inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 46-yard run by Joe Bowers. We'll mark it at 47 yards. And that 1st down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances, all the way down to the 4-yard line. A 47-yard run by Joe Bowers, and the Cats are in business. First and goal inside of the 5-yard line.
And that's the 6th first down we've had, and we're just starting the second quarter. 2
big runs by Bowers, and that I'll get to Joe again after this play on first and goal. McCleve flanked out right side, left side is Knowles. Split backs in the backfield. Bird under center here on first and goal. And this time Bird going to keep it himself, finds a little bit of a crease and gets inside the 3-yard line. Falls forward, going to bring up second down and goal. I like to see that after the fumble. Bowers, that's one of those things. You just shake it off, you go out there and you play again. And he shook that one off and has a big run there.
Isn't there a running back for Kansas City, the first play of the season?
Of his career in the NFL.
As a rookie.
Fumbles it. So you got to have that short-term memory. And Bowers did it there with a big run, sets up the Cats inside the 5-yard line. It is second down and goal now for the Cats. Bird under center. And here we go. And false start on the Wildcats. That's going to push him back. Gary, we talked about it in the pregame show. When the Cats struggle offensively, it's usually from penalties. There's another false start, and instead of second and goal from the 3, you got second and goal from about the 8.
And that's the second one from the offensive side. One was in the first series, and now this one. So that's 2 offensive for 10 yards, and then we had the other one on defensive for 15. So, hey, it's still second down, 8 yards. I'm sure we're probably in 4-down territory here, probably like Grain Valley was last or a couple of series ago. So,
second down coming up for the Cats. Bowers and Reynolds in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out to the left side. And looking to pass is Bird. He throws it over the middle. A touchdown, Nick Laughlin. Little in route for Laughlin. A little slant into the end zone. And the Cats up 13-7. And that is something Ryan Bird has done so good this year, Gary, is those little 7-8 yard passes that are the hardest ones for a quarterback to make. He's made them all season long.
And he sold the fake. I mean, they were expecting us to run, and he sold the fake, and obviously Laughlin went out and then in. Here's the extra point, and it looks like it's up and it's through.
So the Cats lead 14-0. The Tires touchdown on the pavement is important. Don't be let down. Go see your friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center today. Extra point by Excalibur Contracting. They go the extra mile for Harrisonville and their community. We'll be back after this.
There is only one wireless hotspot for T's and CBK Broadcasting Trust. That is a hotspot from the cell-only Verizon Wireless store in Harrisonville. With easy access in the Price Chopper Shopping Center, they are there to answer any questions you may have. Right now, come in and get a free Samsung tablet, discount bundles, and contract buyouts from any other carrier. If that wasn't enough, if you come in and mention this ad, get 15% off your purchase. Run out and see them today at Cell-Only Verizon Wireless.
All right, welcome back. Cats going to kick from right to left, leading 14-7 here in the second quarter.
And we were able to overcome both of those offensive penalties. Now we just need to listen to Mama and not have any more laundry, okay?
Absolutely. Or if you're going to have laundry, make sure it's all clean. You'll take a penalty here and there, but you don't want them on crucial situations. Sassona set to kick from his own 40 from right to left. Grain Valley back deep to receive this one, standing at their own 10-yard line. High end over end kick taken up at about the 20 by Grain Valley. Marquez, he gets the outside to the 25, cuts back to the 30, 35, and falls forward to about the 37-yard line on the far side of the field. Jasper Davis and company take him down, and it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Grain Valley from about their own 37-yard line. So the Cats D, have done a solid job. Just a couple of big plays here. You just like to cut those down. And most of those coming from Collum with his legs and not his arm, as the Cats have had pressure in the backfield all night long.
Well, he had the 23-yard scramble, and then he had, because we're rushing, he had that screen that was for 23 yards. I mean, that's over half of the yards from scrimmage.
They're going to go trips out to the near side. 3 wide receiver set. Kuhn in the backfield, Krell behind Collum, and they're off and throw it out to the near side, Boozman. And Boozman's got close to a first down. Nope, he's forced out of bounds on the near side.
I think we got a hold right back here on behind the line of scrimmage on 24.
So we'll see what the call is here. If so, that'll push him back as a spot foul. Bring up about a first down and 20. So foul on Grain Valley. And it's marked at about so be about first and 20 coming up for the Eagles. So good break for the Cats. I mean, they had that run red on the near side. I looked at the marker thinking it was close to a first down, but he had only gotten about 4 yards out of that. So good defense on that little screen. They're going to go far side now with 3 wide receivers out to the left side, 1 to the near side, pistol formation. Krell behind column. And here we go on first down and long, and they're going to throw it deep and caught somehow by McCoubry up to about the original line of scrimmage and plus a couple. Going to bring up second down and about 8 here. And I'll tell you what, Nick Laughlin has played some great defense at corner this year, and he's had a couple of tough breaks. Again, he tips one and tried to knock it down, and it goes right in the receiver's hands. That's back-to-back weeks that's happened to Nick. So second down and about 7 coming up for the Eagles. 2 wide receivers right side, 1 to the left side, pistol formation for Column. On second down, Cats would like to get another 3 and out here, get the ball back with 8:42 to go here first half. Cats lead 14-7. And all kinds of movement there. And
I believe that's when the center gets called on the offsides, or the illegal procedure, because everybody else went and he didn't.
Well, Max, I believe Max Leslie was already about 4 yards downfield on the far side of the field, and so that'll push him back, and it'll bring up second down and about 12 now for Grain Valley here. So 8:38 to go here first half. Cats lead 14-7. Collin brings his team to the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. He's got a wide receiver, Marquez, out to the left side, 2 wide receivers to the right side. Collin hollers out his plays. Going to step back in the pistol. Cats see if they jumped or if they were drawn off, and that's another false start. So now we're back at about second down and 17, and we're about where we were on first down. You know, they gave 10 of the 13 back.
And the same thing you talked about the Cats as far as laundry, the same thing applies to the other team as well. I mean, and that's where we're at right now. Who's making the mistakes and who's being able to be successful on offense?
And who's going to be able to rebound from those mistakes? As it's been a little sloppy on both sides from time to time. Wide receiver, left side, 2 to the right side, pistol formation for Collin. He's got Krell behind him, and looks like he's going to try to roll out, and he's got all alone out here on the near side, picked up close to the original line of scrimmage, and the Cats able to wrap him up and take him down here on the near side. 24, Gavin Euler. And Euler's the one that they usually run in that jet sweep formation. Going to bring up third down and about 10 for Grain Valley. Stand at their own 39-yard line, just shy of the 39. 7:42 to go here, first half, 14-7. Cats with the advantage. Grain Valley trying to set things up and doesn't like what they see. They're going to call a timeout. Coach Alley was about 3/4 of the way on the field on that one. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout as well. You're listening to and watching highschoolfootball4tees.com.
Harrisonville's newest paper is your best place for area news and coverage of Harrisonville sports. Dedicated to giving you the stories that are at the heart of the community and business profiles so you can get to know local businesses, they are becoming Harrisonville's go-to news source. With distribution at several local businesses and with subscriptions available, get your hands on Harrisonville's hottest commodity, a copy of the Harrisonville Star, today.
All right, welcome back. Cats lead 14-7, third and long coming up for the Eagles. That timeout brought to you by our good friends at Sonic. When you need a timeout, go see Ed and his crew today for Route 44 at Sonic. So So 7:33 to go here in the second quarter. Third down and long. Trying to get the crowd fired up here. Cats chanting defense. We're right in the middle of it, and we love it. Empty backfield. Wide receivers everywhere. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Call them all along in the backfield. Third down and 9 coming up for Grain Valley. And the Cats showing blitz right up the middle, and they're going to chuck it deep downfield and out of bounds. That right there was a direct reflection of getting Column happy feet, Gary.
Absolutely. He knew he had to get rid of it, so he just threw it. It was out of bounds. It was 5 yards out of bounds.
And great coverage right there on the near side by Bird coming down the sideline, knowing that was out of play and unplayable not to get anywhere near the receiver. And now Grain Valley going to have to punt down a score with 7:29 to go. Here's where you let this one roll about the 2, and we have that 17-play, 6-minute drive right now, Gary, is what you need.
Yeah.
So here we go, 9:29 to go here first half. Cats lead 14-7, awaiting the kick from Grain Valley. Column, their punter as well, stands at his own 25 and almost blocked a low line drive kick. Kicked off of the Grain Valley defender way up here at about the 31-yard line. And that's where the Cats should recover it, as it was first contacted there, which that rule is odd to me if that's where they mark it, because that's where it was first touched by a Grain Valley defender, and that's where the Cats are going to get the ball. But you can down it farther back there. It doesn't work the same way on both sides. It's just an odd rule.
Well, the Cats could have gotten on the ball or taken the ball and ran with it, but that was the first touching.
Yeah, it wasn't considered it should be considered a dead ball at that situation once it touches the defender.
Correct.
They don't call that. So Cats going to go with the split back veer formation. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Bowers and Reynolds in the backfield behind Bird. And here we go, Bird looking to throw, and he's going to chuck it deep down the field, and he overthrows everybody by about 5 yards on that one. Going to bring up second down and 10. That was intended for the wide receiver, Jasper Davis. Going to bring up second down and 10, but I like that. Again, throwing deep opens up your running game.
Absolutely.
So second down coming up for the Cats from their own 31-yard line. And, you know, that could be one of those kill shots as well, as they like to call it. You could go up by 2 scores on a deep pass like that. Wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right, split backs in the backfield. Under center is Bird. And Bird pitches it back for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside and does. Down the sideline he goes, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15. First down, Wildcats, all the way down to the 15. I don't see any yellow on the field. And the Cats with a huge gain.
I got to say something. Colby Knowles was down there. He could have easily blocked in the back. He waited for the guy to turn and also let Reynolds run around him. Could have easily gotten the 15-yard penalty.
Mark him at the 15. So 55 yards, I believe, on the carry by Reynolds. Sets up the Cats first and 10. And this time Reynolds gets it again. Going to dive forward, get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up second down and 10 for the Wildcats with 6:50 to go here in the first half. Cats with a 7-point lead, trying to add to it.
You were real close. It was 54.
Hey, those math classes they're paying off finally, you know. I still know 2 plus 2, but start talking linear equations and things like that, and then I just get lost. 2 wide receivers set to the far side on the right. Here we go. Bird looks to throw. He throws it out that way for Knowles. And Knowles back to about the 15. Going to bring up third down and 10 for the Cats from the 15-yard line. You got to think, Cats thinking 4-down territory here. And again, another out route. I like that. Keeps them honest. Grain Valley on third down now has no idea what to think the play call is coming, because if I'm coming from a coaching perspective, Coach Meeks on the near side here, I'm thinking, hey, I get 5 or 6 here on this. I got a 4th and manageable coming up with 5:50 to go in the first half. So wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Bird under center, split backs in the backfield. And here we go, Bird going to hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets back to the line of scrimmage, so 3 straight right into the line, and it brings up 4th down for the Cats with 5:30 to go. here in the first half. So now they bring in your possession receiver in Laughlin and your go get a play receiver in Jasper Davis. Maybe throw a jump ball in the corner of the end zone, see if Jasper can go up and get it, or maybe use them as a decoy and you throw a little screen pass out of the backfield. We'll see what happens on 4th down and about 8 for the Cats. 2 wide receivers set to the far side. Split backs in the backfield. Bird looking to throw, and again he throws it, and incomplete, intended for Jasper Davis, and Grain Valley able to hold with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. So the Cats went for it on 4th down. It was right there, and just good defense by Grain Valley to get a hand in there and not get a clean catch for Jasper Davis. And with 5 minutes to go here before half, Grain Valley now a chance to try to equal Harrisonville up here. So Grain Valley's worst field position of the game right now is where you would like to see one of those snaps over the head of the quarterback here. Wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Collum going to be in the pistol, has Krell behind him in the backfield. Marquez and Oyler out to the near side. McCoubry out to the left. And they're going to go right up the middle. Krell and the Cats get the initial contact. Isaiah Patrick, but Krell able to bounce forward for a gain of 4, just like a bowling ball in there. Low center of gravity, short kid Stocky gets about 5, brings up 2nd down for Grain Valley up to the 19-yard line. McCoubry near side this time on the right side. 2 wide receivers now out to the left side. Collum calling the play. Going to be in the pistol formation here. And up the middle they're going to go. And again, initial contact by Isaiah Patrick, but couldn't wrap him up in the backfield.
Yeah, but that's going to make a difference, and that is making a difference as we go forward through this game.
The only mistake I saw there from Isaiah was taking him up high. You got to go low on a low center of gravity like that. Just a bowling ball type runner brings up 3rd down for Grain Valley. Grain Valley trying to extend this drive. 3:50 to go, first half. Grain Valley down 7. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Pistol formation for Collum on 3rd down and 2. They're going to go in that Oriole. They're going to go up the middle this time, Collum, and Collum's going to have a 1st down. And it'll bring a 1st down run at 3:30 to go here in the first half. So Collum is going to have a 1st down, pushes it up to about the 30-yard line, just short of the 30. Going to be about the 28. Hard to see from the vantage point up here. I'm going to call it the 28-yard line. They say the 33 on the scoreboard. I know that's not quite right. Wide receiver set, pistol formation. Again, they're going to go Krell. No, they're going to go bootleg. They throw it out here in the near flats, get the 1st down, and then some. We'll see the mark it just short of the 1st down marker. Clock will roll. So they will move the chains. That was enough for a 1st down up to about the 38-yard line. Now they've kind of changed up their look with 2 backs off the end, wide receiver to left, wide receiver to the right, trying to give more protection. And this one's going to go right up the middle for Krell, and Krell's going to have it close to a 1st down. With 2:55 to go, clock stops. It was a false start. So that false start pushes them 5-yard back. From a vantage point on video, a lot of people liked this view last time. From a vantage point of play calling, I struggle because I did not see that flag. So it's 1st down and 15, 2:55 to go, pushes them back inside their 35 to their 33-yard line. So 1st and 15 from the 33. Pistol formation. Wide receivers to the left, wide receiver to the right, double tight formation for Grain Valley this time. And this time they're going to throw out to Marquez. Marquez tries to make the defender miss, and the Cats with a good open field tackle on the far sideline. Nick Laughlin was not going to be denied that tackle as Marquez tried everything he could to get away from him on the far sideline, and that's how you wrap up and tackle in the open field. And that was textbook by Nick Laughlin there to hang on and take him down. I always tell you, teach your cornerbacks how to tackle. Kansas City's got a couple of them that just try to strip it and get out of the way. And Cats showed blitz, and then they give it to Krell. And I'm not sure if, I didn't see a flag. Going to bring up second down. As Isaiah Patrick was showing blitz there, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage because it was a different cadence there. But nevertheless brings up third down and about 8 for Grain Valley from their own 40-yard line, 1:45 to go here in the half. And see if Grain Valley helps Harrisonville out here on third down. If they have an incomplete pass, would stop the clock and give the Cats a little bit of time. So third and long coming up, and the Cats jump off sides, makes it third and manageable now with 1:31 to go. So we're going to bring up third down and about 3 now for Grain Valley instead of third down and 8. So third and 3 coming up. Ball from their own 45. 3 wide receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Pistol formation, and they're going to go for a run attempt, and Krell is going to, or Column, I should say, is going to have enough for a first down. Run out of bounds with 1:16 to go at the 48-yard line. So the drive continues, and again, a penalty keeps a drive alive with 1:16 to go here before the half. Cats now trying to get a stop before half so they get the ball back at the half and try to make it a 2-score game. So wide receiver, 2 to your left, 2 to your right, pistol formation. Column has Krell behind him in the backfield. And here we go, off to the near side for McCoubrey. He's got it at the 45 and nowhere to go. Out of bounds. Clock will stop with 1:10. Not sure I agree with the call that he got out of bounds there. I think his forward progress was stopped before he was pulled out of bounds. That's a whistle that the clock should roll. Nevertheless, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Brings up second down and about 5 for Grain Valley from the Wildcat 46-yard line. You got to be careful if you're the Wildcats not to get lulled to sleep by these little 5-yard outs, and Grain Valley take a deep shot here. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, and this time they go over the middle, and they have their man Boozman, and he is leveled inside the 35 to the 32-yard line with 1:05. Clock will stop momentarily as they set the chains here. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Clock is rolling now with 1:02 to go here in the half. And Column looking to pass. He throws it out in the flats for Marquez. And Marquez going to get it out of bounds on the far side of the field. Have a gain of about 5 with 56.5 seconds to go. This is where, you know, if they get a little bit too cute here or if the Cats are not sleeping, Column's textbooked a couple of these out to the flats. You can step in front of one, you get a possible pick 6 situation out of the backfield. 3 wide receivers set to the right, 1 to the left, pistol formation. Krell behind Column. Column in that pistol. He's going to be chased out of the pocket. He's going to throw it down the sideline. Caught for Boozman and out of bounds inside the 10 at the 6. And a first and goal for Grain Valley with 50.8 seconds to go. So Cats have had their opportunities. This drive kept alive by a false or a offsides on 3rd and 8, made it a 3rd and 3, and they were able to get the first down. So first and goal coming up for Grain Valley. Euler flanked out to the left. To the right is McCoubry. Pistol formation, Krell. And up the middle, they're going to go with Krell. Ball on the turf. Cats recover. Huge break for Harrisonville. They bent, they didn't break. And with 46.3 to go, the Cats lead 14-7, and they get the ball back at the 9-yard line. Krell just, the handoff came to him up at his chest, Gary, and he wasn't able to control it and get it down to his stomach, and the Cats defense was there to bounce it out and grab it with 46.3 to go. Bird and company at their own 9, and now you got to think that Harrisonville is going to look to just run a couple of draw plays and see what can happen here. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Bird is under center. And Bird this time, he's going to pitch it back for Bowers. And Bowers has got a lane, and he's got up to the 20-yard line with 38.2. Cat's going to call a timeout, it looks like. We shall see here. Whistle. And a timeout called by Harrisonville. Are you looking for a timeout refresher? Go get you a Route 44 at Sonic today. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back.
Now with 2 locations in Harrisonville and Belton, your premier pre-owned dealers at Show Me Auto Mall have made buying a car, truck, or SUV even easier. The crew at Show Me Auto Mall wants to make sure you experience hassle-free sales with premier pre-owned cars. With the Show Me Edge warranty, you have a peace of mind that Show Me will take care of you. So when you're in the market for a vehicle, go experience the Show Me difference in Harrisonville across from Walmart or the new location in Belton across from Chipotle.
All right, welcome back. 38.2 to go, first half. Cats lead by 7, trying to make it more before halftime. They got a long way to go, but they got the playmakers to do it. 38.2 to go from their own 20. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver right, split backs in the backfield. Bird under center, and here we go. Bird looking to throw, and this one is in the flats on the far side. They're going to say incomplete, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Harrisonville. It was intended for Davis, but that's where you lull them to sleep a little bit. Oh, they're just going to go with a couple out routes and see what happens. Still plenty of time. Harrisonville, I believe, with a couple of timeouts left. So 30 seconds to go. You know, it used to be 30 seconds. You don't have any time at all. Now 30 seconds is an eternity. And here they go. They're going to pitch it back for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside. He does. And cuts back. And inbounds he stays. And they're going to get out of bounds here on the near sideline, close to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of about 18 here with 22 seconds to go. So that first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. 22 seconds to go here in the first half. And, you know, this is just house money, so to speak, for the Wildcats. You know you get the ball back at half. If you can add points here, you're going to love it. If not, you know you get the ball back. Just take care of the ball. Here they go. And this time they hand it off on a little reverse to Reynolds.
That's the old hide ball that Bouchard had.
And the Cats will call a timeout on 2nd down. Whistle. And yes, he went the back side of it. I liked the way they did that. Kind of like a counter play, so to speak. And it brings up a 2nd down with 12.5 to go. We got a timeout on the field. We'll stay right here with it as we have a timeout with 12.5 to go.
Yeah, that hide ball worked very well in the past, and obviously this coaching staff was around whenever, so they knew it. And really, one more block and that would have broke it. We had several touchdowns off of that in the past. And yeah, you got 12 seconds left. You were talking during the last timeout about maybe throwing the ball up, you know, to get deep, you know, maybe to Davis or Laughlin or somebody.
And I do see Davis in there and Knowles to the near side, and maybe, you know, he draws an extra defender and Knowles is open on the near side. That timeout brought to you by Sonic. When you need a timeout for a refresher, go get you a Route 44 at Sonic today. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Bird under center, 12.5 to go. I'm sure Coach Meek said in the timeout too, take care of the ball, whatever you do. So here we go on second down, and the Cats are going to give it off for Reynolds, and that will be look like the last play of the half for the Wildcats. So I like that call. You were playing with house money. If you would have got something on that hide ball, you may have went farther with it, but instead you're going to go into the half up 7 and get the ball after the half. So 14-7 our score at the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with our halftime show brought to you by our friends at Sapp Brothers after this.
Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville takes the hassle out of buying home appliances. They will save you time and money and give you the same selection as the marts up in the city. So instead of spending hours driving north searching for a great deal, go see the crew at Troby's right here in Harrisonville and get friendly hometown service at affordable prices. With 3 generations of Troby's helping, it's a true hometown business, happy to make you feel like part of the family. Go see them today on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
From small jobs like an oil change or big ones like fixing a transmission, Young's Auto Repair will get you back up and running in no time. A knowledgeable, friendly staff with a family raised in Harrisonville, Michelle and William know small-town friendly service and good craftsmanship is the key to keeping customers happy and coming back again. So next time you need a tune-up or an alignment with their state-of-the-art alignment machine, give Young's a call at 816-380-6008 or stop in and visit them at 1312 South Commercial, right next to Santa Fe Glass.
Friendly faces and bright smiles greet you every time you walk into one of the 4 Sherwood Community Bank locations in Creighton, Urick, Garden City, or Harrisonville. A full-service bank with new internet banking options to track your accounts and many loan options. That makes Sherwood Community Bank Harrisonville's premier bank. They are the only locally owned bank, and you know your neighbors are taking care of you and your assets. When it's time for a new bank account or a loan for a home or car, think local and think Sherwood Community Bank, member FDIC. Treatment for minor aches and pains starts with a family atmosphere at Schroeder Chiropractic. They want to get to know you and find the best treatment solutions. The family atmosphere in over a decade in Harrisonville, Dr. Schroeder and Dr. Sharp give residents peace of mind that when the aches and pains are too much, they can come in and join the family at Schroeder Chiropractic next to the Brick House Coffee Bar and Eatery right off the historic Harrisonville Square.
Hello and welcome back to Grain Valley, Missouri. It is halftime. Your Harrisonville Wildcats lead at 14-7. They get the ball back after the half as well to try to make this a 2-score game in the second half, so we will see what happens. It's time for our halftime show brought to you by the Sapp Brothers Truck Stop Complex on the South Highway 7 exit. With a truck stop full of snacks, eats, and gas, a Dunkin' Donuts for a caffeine jolt, Apple Barrel Restaurant for a nice sit-down meal, or the service center for an oil change, they have you covered. You know, bottom line, Cats lead 14-7 at the half. They get the ball back to start this second half and a chance to change the game, so to speak. You get a score to start that second half, go up by 2 scores. That'll change Grain Valley a little bit in what they want to do offensively, so we will see what happens. Time for a soccer seconds for you. And 4Ts has been along on this journey as well. The Harrisonville soccer team playing in the state quarterfinals tomorrow for the first time in school history, a chance to go to the Final Four. They had a 1-0 victory over Marshall on the road Tuesday. You all saw that game on 4ts.com. We will have the broadcast tomorrow as well as Harrisonville looks to get to the Final Four in soccer for the first time in school history. They play KC East tomorrow at 2 o'clock at home. So if you cannot be there tomorrow at 2 o'clock, please watch the broadcast and cheer on these young men as they try to make school history. Our soccer seconds are brought to you by our great friends at Schroeder Chiropractic right off of the Harrisonville Square. Our Spirit Spotlight, of course, each and every week brought to you by our good friends at Salon 114, your one-stop shop for beauty on the historic square. And tonight it is Daria Long. Daria is the daughter of Amanda Gibbs. This is Daria's second year as an HHS cheerleader. Her favorite thing about being a cheerleader is the lifelong friendships and new learning skills. Her favorite teacher is Miss McKinnon in French 2. I love being in her class because she makes French fun and she cares about each and every one of her students. Daria's coaches are so appreciative of her hard work and ability to make the most of boring things fun. She had an easy smile for anyone who is having a bad day and takes the time to get to know those around her in a more superficial way. She is a great team player. That is our Spirit Spotlight, brought to you by our good friends at Salon 114. And we'll revisit the Spirit Spotlight here in just a little bit. Gary working on some halftime stats for us. Our Bright Futures squad, the bright spot we talk about, they collected an insane amount of non-perishable food items for the food pantry. I think it was 9,000 plus pounds or something that they collected, which is amazing. And they're seeking organizations, groups, families, churches to adopt families for the holidays. So get a hold of Jill Filer or any of the great Bright Futures staff to set that up. That is our bright spot. Our score at the half, 10:55 to go before we get to second half action. The Harrisonville Wildcats lead it 14-7. Get the ball back to start the second half. So right now, things are well in order for the Wildcats. Another little feature we want to do here on the halftime show, we talk about the Spirit Spotlight, and Amy Setzer and her girls over at Salon 114 have sponsored this all season long. We just want to go back and talk about each and every cheerleader they've so far spotlighted here this year. Lacey Williams, Alexis Royal, Kaylee Brown, Cami Setzer, Lane Anderson, Dakota Waymeyer, Kylie Huttinger, Aaron Lamberts, Sydney Graves, Josie Anderson, and Daria Long. Those are all the cheerleaders that have been featured at halftime of the Spirit Spotlight, and we hope to have them all season long as we continue on in this playoff journey, and hopefully the Wildcats will play next week. I heard in the crowd somewhere, as Gary's ready to come back in here, I heard a score 28-7. Webb City was beating Carl Junction. I don't think that surprises me at all. There was some talk. I talked to a couple people, and they said that Webb City was concerned a little bit about Carl Junction, that the only reason that they beat Carl Junction the first time was because Carl Junction had several turnovers. So it'll be interesting to see how that game rolls along, as we'll try to get you an update of the score. Platte County up 7-0 on the Lafayette, St. Joe Lafayette. Odd score there. I expected Platte County to maybe take care of business there. Lafayette, another one of those unknown teams you don't know a whole lot about. They're up in St. Joe. They play in the Midland Empire Conference, and they're showing that they're for real this year in football. But we'll get back to some scores here in a little bit, and I'll bring Gary in here on the halftime show. And Gary, let's talk about some halftime stats.
Well, thanks, Chad. Really, it's going like it was last week. Reynolds has 10 carries, 88 yards. He's pushing the 100-yard mark again. And Bowers has 6 carries for 78 yards. Obviously, you've got that first series 44-yard jaunt by our defensive player. Isaiah Patrick had 44 yards on that. That's for offense. We had 216 yards total rushing yards with 28 passing. Ryan was 3 for 8 for 28 yards. One of those was a touchdown, though. We had the ball for 9 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, we've always talked about time of possession. Well, we would like to have the time of possession, one, because the defense is going to be out on the field less. Our defense was out on the field 14 minutes and 30 seconds of that first half. So the nice thing about it is we get the ball coming out of the halftime, and so hopefully that'll turn the time of possession around a little bit. We held them to 179 yards, and really other than the second series where they scored the touchdown, and then the last series that they had the ball where they fumbled on the 9, which went 75 yards, that's the only two really good drives they've had. They've had a total of 8 first downs, and Harrisonville's got a total of 10. So in the first down category, it's kind of even, but the yardage, we're pushing them by about 75 yards.
Well, and, you know, key to this game. I mean, I feel comfortable the way Harrisonville played that first half. If there's something I want them to work on and to fix, obviously, it's the same thing we talk about every week, and it's the penalties. They haven't had a ton of penalties tonight, but those penalties have been at crucial situations. Granted, it didn't burn them at the end of the half. They had that 3rd and 8. They gave up. They had a offsides, made it 3rd and 3. Allowed Column on 3rd and 3 to scramble for a first down, just barely get a first down on 3rd and 3, kept that drive alive. Defense comes up with a huge turnover inside the 10 to spin that one back the other way. And you know, Grain Valley, they're in the locker room talking about that. I would imagine Grain Valley coaches are saying, hey, we're right in this ball game. We had the tying score going in. Harrisonville has got to be thinking the same thing in their locker room going, guys, it's a 14-7 game. It could very easily be 21-7 or 28-7 as they kind of shot themselves in the foot sometimes. So a lot of football left to be played. Still got 24 minutes left in this one, and I expect it to go down to the wire again. I would like to, though, the way we came out the last game we were here, the way we came out last week, came out with a drive down the field and scored a touchdown. That would put us up by 2 scores. That's what we've been traditionally doing now when we've been deferring and getting the ball in the second half, and that would put us up by 2 scores. You know, our drives have not been bad at all. 8 for 69 for a touchdown. We had the 2-play for the fumble, but then we had a 7-play, 80 yards for a touchdown. Then we had a 6-play, 54 yards, the one we went out on downs at the 15-yard line, and then the last one, 5 plays, we went 33 yards in 50 seconds, you know, and we're on the move. Had it not been the end of the half, you know, things could have been different. So we're moving the ball on them. I mean, there's been a couple of times where they've been able to stifle it, but I know I like the wrinkles, some of the wrinkles that Meekson have put into the offense, which keeps Grain Valley as not being traditional, as, you know, something different. I love that hide-a-ball play. I like that, and both times against Grain Valley, what I've liked, the little wrinkle that Coach Meeks has put in there, like you said, this time we got the I formation look. Last time the first series, we came out in a spread formation, shotgun, wide receivers everywhere, and I think everybody from Harrisonville was like, whoa, what's going on here? But you add those wrinkles throughout a season because then you can go to those plays if you need to. You know, you've got the split back veer. And, you know, as it was always stated in the good old Remember the Titans, veer offense, just give it time. It's like Novocaine. It'll work. Same 4 plays, it'll always work. And that's the thing. And I think that's something we saw maybe – I talked about this earlier today when I was discussing the game. Something we saw early in the season with those struggles, you got to remember besides Joe – you had a whole new gamut of offensive players. You had a new quarterback running the split back veer. You had another running back in there. You had several new offensive linemen. The split back veer is not an overnight you just pick it up and roll. There's a reason Webb City is amazing every year. It's because they've been running the split back veer since they were in flag football in first grade.
I think they started it during pregnancy, to be quite frank with you.
Right. I mean, and that's one of the reasons they're so good because, you know, people are like, oh, well, watch out. They had a couple of kids hurt last week. Well, guess what? There's 3 more kids that they can plug into those positions, and they pick right up because they know the terminology. They can play different positions, and that's where Coach Maxwell, Coach Meeks, that's where they're trying to get our youth program back to as well. You know, Coach Bouchard was really good about that, being down at the youth practices. I know when Zach was down there playing 3rd, 4th grade, Coach Bouchard would show up at practice, and how cool is that for a elementary school kid to have the head high school football coach? You know, that's kind of like having an NFL coach at your practice. So I think that's part of it early in the year. It's a different offense than it was 5 weeks ago, let alone 10 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Bird has matured so much, and we talked about that at the beginning of the season. And, you know, the one game where we can talk about it now, I think he was a little injured, so they started Bowers. And if you saw how Bowers struggled a little bit because, I mean, that's not what he did day in and day out. Bowers is an excellent athlete, and he can play that position. But to play that position to the expectation of Harrisonville is to do it over and over again. I mean, it's like mechanical and being able to read, get your reads. If you're going to hand off, whether you're going to take it, whether you're going to pitch, whether you're going to throw a dump pass. I mean, there's so many aspects to that, and Bird has matured considerably through that process. And obviously, Bowers has, you talked about it in the pregame, we've talked about and saw some of the things that he's done in the first half. I mean, he's getting back to where he was. And Reynolds, I mean, what else do you say about, I mean, you got the three-headed monster back there as far as I'm concerned. You've got Bird, the general, and you've got Bowers and Reynolds in the backfield. And
when you need a big play, you chuck it downfield, and Jasper Davis, or, well, in this case tonight, Kurt Poisel with a huge play on third down. We thought that Ryan was just trying to throw the ball away, threw it into traffic. Kurt Poisel's there, grabs it and takes it.
And Laughlin in the end zone. I mean, several weeks ago, a long time ago now, Laughlin caught the touchdown pass. So, I mean, there's so many weapons that we've got, and the whole team has matured, and we talked about this in the pregame. You know, it's maturity. The team has matured and come together as a team.
And that's the key word this year is team. You know, last year we talked about it. You built that team a little bit around Morgan Salamai, obviously a special player. He's down at Pitt State doing things at Pitt State. Has already been Defensive Player of the Week for the MIAA. I mean, a true freshman getting that is pretty awesome. He had 9 tackles that week, 8 solo, an interception, a fumble recovery, and a sack. Pretty good for a freshman. So, you know, you kind of built around that, but you had other pieces. I'm not taking that. You know, you had a Joe Snooks as a receiver, but that was like your only option at receiver, it seemed like last year. If they were in a passing situation, you know it was going to him. Mm-hmm. And this year, you've got Nick, you've got Jasper, then you've got 2 guys in the backfield, and you even got several other receivers. Kurt showed that he can catch passes. Colby Knowles has showed that he can catch a pass when need be. So you have a lot of different options, and I think that opens up the playbook, so to speak, for Coach Meeks.
It does, and it makes it difficult on a defense because when you've got so many weapons, and I mean, you have got to cover every one of them. You're probably in high school, you're not going to have that capability. And we do have that opportunity on the offensive side to have that many weapons, whether it be running the ball or passing the ball.
Well, we'll see what happens. We got about 3 minutes before we get to second half action, so we'll go take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back with second half action. You've been listening to the halftime show brought to you by the Sapp Brothers Truck Stop Complex on the South Highway 7 exit with a truck stop full of snacks, eats, and gas, Dunkin' Donuts for a caffeine jolt, Apple Barrel Restaurant for a nice sit-down meal, or the Service Center for an oil change. They have you covered. We'll be back after this for our second half.
Everybody's schedule is different. Wouldn't it be great if service centers were more flexible with their hours to accommodate your schedule? Good news, the Sapp Brothers Service Center is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., and they don't just work on semis. They can work on your vehicle as well. If you work odd hours, get home after 5, or are just looking for a new place to take your vehicle, try the Sapp Brothers Service Center and be blown away with the great customer service and professional craftsmanship. Located on the 7 Highway exit right next to the Sapp Brothers Truck Stop.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASC certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue Building.
Everyone loves a home field advantage. Buying or selling a home should be no different. That's why the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty, should be your first call when you're in the market for buying or selling. James and Michael Hearn were born and raised right here in Harrisonville. They know the area and will find the perfect fit for you and your family. Mix in former Wildcat Tyler Hearn, and the Hearn Group, Keller Williams Realty is your hometown team with the home field advantage to get you in your dream home. Give them a call today at 816-797-0756 or visit them at www.hearnhomes.com. The easiest place to buy a car just got easier. Max Ford of Harrisonville is getting rid of its 2017 inventory and offering 72 months, 0% interest, and a $1,000 trade allowance with approved credit. If this isn't in your budget, they have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from so you can cruise through town in style. If you've been on the fence about buying, now is the time. So go to maxmotors.com while you watch the Wildcats, find a car, and head out to Max Ford tomorrow to get rolling down the road. And stay tuned after the game for our Max Effort Player of the Game.
All right, well. All right, welcome back. Your score at the half, 14-7. Harrisonville with the lead. They're going to get the ball to start this second half of action. Trying to make it a 2-score game are the Wildcats here.
I got to give a shout out. Clark Stratton, who I saw actually down in Florida this week, him and the Alexanders and the Houstons. Apparently they're listening. They commented. I don't know if they're lying or not, but anyway, thank you for the comment, Clark, and hopefully we'll bring us back home a win.
So we'll see. This drive right here going to go a long way in determining how this second half is going to go, and it could change things. You get a 2-score lead, you start putting a little bit of pressure on Grain Valley. They're going to start feeling a little bit of sense of urgency. If you don't, Grain Valley's going to feel like, hey, it's a 1-score game. We came from behind last time. We got that win in the last seconds. So a lot can happen on this first drive for the Wildcats, and I'm excited to see this first drive of the second half and see what happens.
Oh, I am too. It's this is what we want. I mean, because you want competitive games. Now that we're into the playoffs, as you've referred to in the last couple of weeks, we're into the playoffs. This is where you want the hard games because it's going to make you better for those teams like the Webb Cities and or the Carl Junctions or the Carneys and teams like that where we have you're always going to have to meet when you get into the higher levels.
Or the Harrisonvilles.
Well, I was talking about Harrisonvilles. We're there.
Little pooch kick picked up by the Cats. Up at about the 45-yard line to the 50, down the sideline to the 45, and out of bounds. That is 23, Jaden Wilson, the up man, takes it into Grain Valley territory. So not the start Grain Valley wanted to give the Cats a little pooch kick, thought they may catch them sleeping, and now the Cats have a 1st and 10 in Grain Valley territory inside of their 40. So a short field for the Wildcats to start this drive, and here comes Bird and company. It's going to be McCleve flanked out to the right side, Knowles to the left side. Bird, of course, under center, and your split backs in the backfield. To your left is Bowers. To your right is Reynolds. In the backfield, Cats going right to left in those away white tops, white bottoms, black numbers with blue outline. Here we go, Bird on 1st and 10, right up the middle for Reynolds. And Reynolds is going to get 4 or 5, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. I'll tell you something I really like that I've seen out of Reynolds is we talk about everybody growing as the season's gone on, Gary. Early in the season, you saw Wyatt trying to outrun a lot of people to the outside and initial contact going down. He's gotten stronger as the season gone on, and that first hit isn't taking him down anymore. Here we go. Under center is Bird. Split backs in the backfield again. They're going to go right up the middle for Reynolds, and Reynolds dives inside the 30 and down for close to a 1st down. Going to bring up 3rd down and short. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. So 3rd down and short coming up for the Wildcats. Bird comes to the near side to get the play as we get set for 3rd down for the Cats. Cleave to the right side, left side is Knowles. Split backs in the backfield on 3rd and 1. Bird goes up under center here. And this time Bird going to keep it himself, pitches it back for Reynolds. And Reynolds cut back in the backfield on 3rd down, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So a loss of about 3 there changes the situation on 4th down for the Cats. If you're the Cats, obviously you're going to go for it here on 4th down. You're in kind of no man's land, ball at the 32-yard line. May have stuck there, that situation, I may have stuck with an inside handoff there, but you keep the defense spread out when you do things like that pitch to the outside. 2 wide receivers set to the far side. Bird under center on 4th down. Bird looking to throw. And he's got Laughlin out there wide open inside the 20 to the 15, and it's a 1st and 10 Wildcats inside the red zone. And again, a beautiful pass out there. They just forgot about Laughlin. That first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. But they just kind of forgot about Laughlin out there. He landed a little post out pattern to the sideline, was wide open, nobody within 5 yards of him, and a good pass by Bird. Those are the passes that quarterbacks miss a lot, is the wide open receivers.
Yeah, and also that's when sometimes the receivers drop it because they're so wide open.
So wide receiver left, wide receiver right, inside the 20. Here they go. Bowers, initial contact, and keeps it churning inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Going to bring up second down for the Cats. 9:30 to go here in the third. Cats trying to make this a 2-score game inside the 10-yard line. So with 9:20 to go here in the third, Bird gets the play from the sideline and has to hurry a little bit as he was over there a little bit longer than he wanted to be. Under 10 on the play clock. McLeave flanked out right side. Knowles to the left side. Bird is under center on second down, and here we go. Up the middle they go for Bowers, and Bowers falls forward for a couple to about the 7-yard line. Going to bring up third down for the Wildcats. And I like this drive here, Gary. Just a methodical drive, just not trying to get anything too fancy, just rocking and rolling down the field. Key third down conversion for the Cats on this one. Sorry, fourth down conversion. It was 4th and 5 on that one. And the Cats going to run it here on third down and 2. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. And this time Bird pitches it back for Reynolds, and Reynolds inside the 5, close to a touchdown, but he will move the chains, and the Cats will have 4 shots up at it from inside the 2-yard line. And you know, a lot of times we were talking about earlier that little pitch out to Bird, or to Reynolds. We'll get back to that in a second. That first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think Home Appliance Center. Wide receiver to left, wide receiver right. First and goal for the Cats from the 2. And Bird just going to barrel through for a touchdown. And the Cats lead 20-7. Ryan Bird with a 2-yard touchdown run. And it's 20-7 Wildcats.
And just what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. Your tires, touchdown on the pavement is important. Don't get let down. Go see William at Young's Tire and Wheel Center today.
You know, and that all started by that little pooch kick that they did, thinking that it would catch us off guard. And that's where we've got athletes that can do that.
So here we wait. The extra point. Kick is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 21-7 with 8:10 to go in the third. Cats up by 2 scores. That extra point brought to you by Excalibur. They go the extra mile for Harrisonville and their community. We'll be back after this.
So you're saying you didn't eat this ice cream?
Baby, I swear on my lucky shirt. I ate it.
Frightening bolt. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Brad Sainer. The Wildcats' most trusted Harrisonville Farmers Insurance agent who's seen it and covered it, Brad Sainer. Visit him in the A-frame on Commercial across from Casey's to get you covered.
All right, welcome back. 8:10 on the clock as the Cats did what they were supposed to do to start the third quarter. They drove down and put a touchdown on the board, and they lead it 21-7 over the Green Valley Eagles. And now here comes the other part of this equation. Defense step up. If you can step up and get a stop here, you're going to start feeling a little bit better. And that offense, everybody's going to be feeling better on the Harrisonville sideline.
Well, Green Valley's going to be pressing here a little bit, as you know, because they're already down 2 scores, so they are going to be pressing a little bit.
But if you're the Wildcats, you don't want to get caught sleeping either and give up a long touchdown to get them right back in this game. So that'll be Boosman, takes it from his own 10, goes all the way across the field to the 20, 25, 30. They've had some good returns, has Green Valley, and that one gets it up to about the 32-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Green Valley. 65-plus yards they're going to have to go on in this one. 8:02 to go here in quarter number 3. Cats lead it 21-7. Beautiful opening drive by the Harrisonville Wildcats to start this second half. Punch it in from 2 yards out on a Ryan Bird quarterback sneak. 2 wide receivers to the left. One out to the right side, one to the right side. Pistol formation for Collum. And Collum going to fake the handoff and then throw it into the flats for Marquez. He catches it up close to midfield. Bring up a first down, and there will be a flag back here. Could be a hold on Green Valley, not what they wanted to do to start their first drive of the second half.
Looks like an ineligible man downfield, I think.
So it could be, okay, so too far downfield, and that happens sometimes when you have those rollout type of bootlegs, is your guy gets too far downfield blocking. So this will be a spot foul, and this will push him back. It'll bring up first down and about 15 it's going to be for Green Valley. Marquez flanked out to the right side, out to the left side, McCoubry. Pistol formation, going with that double tight formation to get a little bit of more blocking in that backfield for Collum. Should say on that line. And the Cats showing blitz again. Collum running for his life and overthrows his target. Laughlin drives as a receiver into the ground to make sure he wasn't going to hang on to that one, and it brings up second down and long. And again, another high throw coming from Collum as he hears those footsteps. He's trying to get rid of it quick, and in doing so, you a lot of times airmail him.
Oh, he has got happy feet back there because Isaiah's coming through there whenever he wants to. He's making it through. Now, the running back had a good pickup there, and the quarterback was able to get out of it, but that is not going to happen every time.
28-14, Webb City up on Carl Junction, third quarter. Wide receiver out to the far side to the left. Collum looking to pass, and he's chased out of the pocket. Nick Cruz, and his ball stripped. Do the Cats come up with it? I thought the ball came out. We will see.
Well, they're going to say he was down, but the ball came out. And if you noticed, I think they picked up the spotter when they throw it when the ball comes out. But
so back to about the line of scrimmage, and this is where the Cats have had an Achilles at times against Green Valley, third and long. We'll see if they keep somebody at home to watch out for Collum coming out of the backfield on these third down and long situations. And you see Patrick staying in there. That was one of the things last game. Patrick would come out in these situations. So we'll see what happens on third and long. Two wide receivers to your left. They're going to go in motion. And up the middle, the Cats go all-out blitz. They throw a little screen up the middle, nowhere to go. And Green Valley going to have to punt it away. Ben Clary with the good open field tackle. And it brings up fourth down and 11 for the Eagles. And they're going to have to punt with 6:30 to go in the third quarter. The Cats leading 21-7. You know, we'll talk about it later in the game. I was going to bring up something, but I'm not going to bring it up because I'm not. I'll talk about it later. Now everybody's going to be suspense until late in the game. So Collum stands back there to punt this one away. Cats good pressure. And this one is going to bounce, and Laughlin going to let it bounce inside the 30-yard line. It'll be Cats ball from about their own 26 as we get ready to rock and roll. 21-7 the score, 5:56 to go here in the third quarter. Still a lot of football left to be played. If you're Harrisonville, you want a nice long drive right here. You want to take care of the football. You don't want to turn over deep in your own territory and give Green Valley a chance to get this back to a one-score game. So with 5:56 to go here, third quarter, Cats going to take over from their own 27-yard line. McCleave's going to be flanked out to the right side. To the left side is Knowles. Under center, Bird. And Bird going to keep it himself around the end. Horsepower tackle.
There we go.
There we go with the call. I thought it was at first, and I didn't see anything. And then finally, they do call it. Bird going to get the play from the sideline. That's a 15-yarder. And Gary, here's something that you're seeing on this drive and these couple of drives to start this second half. Green Valley's making the mistakes, and they're making them with penalties. And this is a big one that pushes it all the way up to the 43-yard line with 5:31 to go. 21-7 the score. Cats looking for more here later in the third. Cats going right to left, Green Valley left to right. Bird going to be under center, split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver to his left, wide receiver to his right. At his own 43 is Bird. And here we go, Bird, nowhere to go. Busted play there. He was looking for a handoff, and both running backs went a different route. And it's going to bring up second down for the Cats. But Bird able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe get a little bit out of that. Close to the 44-yard line. They're going to mark it about a yard. So second down coming up. 5 minutes to go here, third quarter. 21-7 our score. Cats with the lead and the football. Knowles flanked out to the left side. To the right side is McCleve. Bird under center. Bowers and Reynolds behind him in the backfield. Second down and 9 coming up. And they're going to fake it to Bowers. And around the end they go for Reynolds. And Reynolds going to get it up to the 47-yard line. Brings up a third down and manageable for the Cats. Third and about 6 here.
And Reynolds just went over 100 yards. He's got 102 on 15 carries.
So 100-yard rusher, and we got one right behind him with 86 so far in the ball game. So up to the line of scrimmage they go, ball at their own 47-yard line. 2 wide receivers set to the far side now. Bird under center on third down and 6. And here they go. Bird hands it off, and up the middle they go for just a couple. Going to bring up fourth down for the Cats. And Green Valley pretty pumped up about that to get the stop. And it'll bring up a fourth down. You know, something we haven't seen all season long is a fake punt, Gary. You know your punter is your quarterback. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying.
Let's go, dude!
Cats are going to try to punt it down here into the left corner is where they're going to go with this. And Bird going to run off, and he's going to take off with it down the sideline. First down, Harrisonville. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
I'm sure glad Green Valley wasn't listening to you on that.
I said, hey, we haven't seen one all season. We may see one. I'm just saying, and what happens? Ryan takes off for the first down into Green Valley territory, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 42-yard line of Green Valley. 2 wide receivers set right side, split backs in the backfield. Bird under center on first down, and he hands it off. Bowers nowhere to go. Brings up a second down and 10 with 3:50 to go. So second down and 10. This is where you start lulling them to sleep with these inside runs, and then you can hit something different. So 3:40 to go here, third quarter. Cats lead 21-7. Bird coming back in there for second down and 10. Knowles and McCleve flanked out to the right side. Bowers, Reynolds behind Bird. And here they go, Bird looking to throw, and he's got his man Knowles, and right through the fingertips. Knowles had it and could not come up with it. Brings up 3rd and 10. Tried to just kind of lay it in there, but what I like on that, I was just getting ready to say before that, you've seen Knowles and McCleve in this whole series, and they haven't thrown the ball. And a lot of times they bring in, as they're doing now, Laughlin and Davis, that may show pass a little bit better, but you keep it honest knowing they can throw it out to Knowles or McCleve there. So a 3rd down and 10 coming up.
And for Knowles, that's a difficult pass because he thought it was going to be on the out. He was looking at the out, so he had to turn and lose track of the ball and catch it over his left shoulder, and that was going to be a tough catch for him to make, but he did a good effort to try to catch it.
So 3rd down and long for the Cats from the 43. Bird looking to pass. He's still looking. He's got his man Davis. Catches it inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. I didn't say anything, Gary, but I was going to say we haven't had a play from Jasper Davis yet tonight. And we get it right there, a 1st and 10 on the slant route. That first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. That fourth down fake was a first down. Brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center as well. I was so excited on the 4th down call that I forgot about it. So 3:05 to go here in the third. Cats lead 21-7, and in the red zone again. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Bird under center, and here we go. Bird looking to get rid of it. No, he's going to keep it himself inside the 10. Runs into his own player inside the 5. No, they're going to mark him at the 10. Sorry, was that? It is the 5-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal Wildcats. Ryan Bird took out Colby Knowles right there and used him as an extra blocker, pushing him into the guy in front of him and got the extra yardage. And that first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
And, that's one of the plays at the beginning of the year, Bird would have tried to have pitched, but he's matured in that. He was able to get out of the tackle and was able to get up and make a first down.
So 1st and goal for the Cats from the 5. And Bird puts it on the turf, picks it up, gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and then is thrown backwards. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal. So good heads-up play by Bird. That's the one thing you don't want down in this situation. You had a great drive. There's 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Chance to make it a 3-score lead. And instead, you could fumble it away. So Bird gets the play from the sideline as the play clock starts to roll. 2:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Split backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers out to your far side on the right side. Bird this time looks to pitch it on the end around, back the other way, walks in, Nick Laughlin, touchdown.
They're going to call that a hold, and it was between 2 guys. They had him pinned between the 2 guys. I don't agree with it, but that's what they're going to call.
So we will see. They're going to call it back, so it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 12. Great play call there from Coach Meeks to get the touchdown. They're going to call.
He was sandwiched, the defensive player was sandwiched in between 2 offensive players, and neither one of them were holding that I saw, but they just had him sandwiched in, and that's not a hold.
Gary, something we talk about is going to be 2nd down and goal now from about the 12. If the Cats can't get in the end zone on these next 2 plays, is a kick from Sasona still makes it a 3-score game, and you could give that kid a lot of confidence. Wide receiver your left, wide receiver right. Bird under center on 2nd and goal from the 12 now. And Bird this time gives it to Reynolds, and Reynolds inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd down. I'll tell you what, Kevin Carpio from Grain Valley is doing his best to try to get his crowd fired up on the far sideline. 3rd and goal coming up for the Wildcats here with 1:25 to go. Carpio. I think I said Carpino. I meant Carpio. So Cats going to have a wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. 8 seconds on the play clock on 3rd and goal. Bird under center. And Bird's got it. He's looking to throw, and he's chased out of the pocket, and he's out of a tackle inside to the 10. Grain Valley going to hold. And Harrisonville going to go for a field goal here, and they've got it right in the middle of the field for Sasonas. And this is where you could give a lot of confidence. You can make it a 3-score game. You can make it 24-7. And, in a situation like this ball is going to be from the 18. It's going to be about a 28-yard kick. You just tell Sasonas, don't do anything different you do on an extra point. Just go out there and kick the ball. So there's the kick. It is up. It is good. And the Cats lead 24-7 on Carson Sasonas' first field goal of the season. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're listening and watching high school football on 4Ts.com.
Ready for relief? Absolute Health Chiropractic's professional-friendly staff is trained to get results. Your doctor of chiropractic will analyze the cause of your pain, explain what's causing it, and work with you to get relief. They use effective, tested, proven techniques to relieve your pain and get you back to 100% right away so you can get back to enjoying your life. Absolute Health Chiropractic at 1908 West Mechanic Street in Harrisonville, or call 816-380-2436.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Cats now lead 24-7, and why was that field goal so important? It is now a 3-score game, so even 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions will not get Grain Valley even with Harrisonville. 28 seconds on the clock. Harrisonville with the lead, and Sasonas set to kick it off. Kickoff brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Kick off the winter season with a radiator flush and heater check at Young's. Little end-over-end kick drilled to the up man. He's going to take it at the 30 to 35-yard line up to the 40.
And, you know, not only was it what the doctor ordered with Sosonis getting a field goal, but we held the ball 5 minutes and 30 seconds on an 11-play drive that lasted, we went 63 yards for 5 minutes and 30 seconds. That's great. It gave our defense some time to rest up and be prepared for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they could be on the field a lot in the fourth quarter as they're going to be trying a quick pass and things like that. So here we go, 1st and 10, Grain Valley from their own 40-yard line, 22 seconds to go here, third quarter of this one. Wide receiver to left, wide receiver right, double tight formation for Grain Valley out of the pistol. And they've got running back behind them in the backfield. That is not Krell, I believe that's Grasher in the backfield. And here they go right up the middle with it, and the Cats take him down. Brings up a third down, and Isaiah Patrick and the tight end from Grain Valley jawing a little bit with 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Krell, that'll end the third quarter. So 3 quarters in the books. Cats lead 24-7. We'll be back for the fourth. After this, we'll take a 1-minute timeout.
Sitting here watching the Wildcats turn your oven to 425 degrees and run to Papa Murphy's to get a game day pizza. Papa Murphy's is the best stop for a pizza in Harrisonville, from regular pepperoni to one of their specialty pizzas like the Cowboy Pizza that has everyone's taste buds covered. Watching that figured, they also have you covered with Delight pizzas and an assortment of salads as well. Nothing goes better with football than a hot pizza, so get out to Papa Murphy's and treat your taste buds to love at 425 degrees.
Carol Looney and the staff at American Heritage has been where Harrisonville's turned since 1981 for their dream homes. Carol and her staff will make sure you find the house that's right for you and your budget. They will make sure schools are right for the kids as well. Go see the team that goes the extra mile for you, located next to Sonic at 1000 South Commercial, or call 816-380-6161, or visit the website at americanheritage-realtors.com. All right, welcome back. We start the fourth quarter. Pistol formation coming up for Column. 2nd down and about 5. Running back behind in the backfield. They're going to go in motion, and they're going to get the handoff near side. Up the middle they go, past the first down marker, past midfield, down to the 48 of the Wildcats with 11:54 to go, and that will move the chains. So wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right, pistol formation, Column in the backfield. That's great. Grasher behind him in the backfield, and here they go to pass, and they're going to throw it deep over the middle, incomplete. And they're going to call a flag, and that was the silliest flag I've seen thrown all night. It was after the ball was 10 yards past the play, and then they call it on Bowers. It looked like their feet just got tangled up. So we'll see what happens here, and they're going to call it on the Cats with 11:44 to go. I normally like to let folks do their job out on the field, but that was one time I will not agree with a call, as that was, number one, a way uncatchable ball. It was about 15 yards over his head. Number two, their feet were tangled. So 11:44 to go. 1st and 10 for Grain Valley down to the 32-yard line of the Wildcats. Boosman and Marquez flanked out to the far side. Split backs in the, pistol formation in the backfield. McCoubry and Euler on the near side. Cats showing blitz. They're going to go with the blitz. No, they're going to fire it out on the far side for Boosman. And Boosman tries to cut back. Open field tackle by the Cats up to the 30. So a gain of a couple. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 with 11:34 to go. And the clock stopped. There's a flag on the play. And another flag on the Wildcats, so not sure what's going on, but nevertheless, that is on.
That was a face mask penalty.
So Cats not doing themselves any favors on this drive so far, as this one's down inside the 25, right at about the 25-yard line for Grain Valley. 11:34 to go. So the clock will start now. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right, pistol formation. Grasher in the backfield behind Column on first down and about 3. And Column looking to pass here. He's rolling out. He's directing traffic. Hammered and down in the backfield. Had all time to throw, and then he did not hear the footsteps. Jesse Wallen with another big tackle on the far sideline. And it's going to bring up a second down now and about 10 for Grain Valley back to the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 8, they're going to call it with 11:18 to go. And I think 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, Column in the backfield, pistol formation. On 2nd down and 8 with 11:18 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cats lead 24-7. They're going to go in motion. They fake it to Boozman, and now taking it Column, and Column nowhere to go. Good job, Ben Clary, and then finished off right up the middle there by Wallen as Clary disrupted that one for the loss, and then Wallen took over. 3rd down and long now with 11 minutes to go here in the 4th, and you know it's 4-down territory for Grain Valley at this point in the game. You're not going to attempt a 48-yard field goal down by 17 because nothing good can come out of that one except for a miraculous field goal. So 3 wide receivers, Euler, Boosman, and McCoubry out to the right side. To the near side is Marquez. Pistol formation, and Krell back in there and nowhere to throw. They throw a little pop back, and that was on the turf. How that was called a catch, I have no idea. It bounced to Krell. Brings up a 4th down for Grain Valley. So 4th down and about 6. I cannot believe they called that a completed pass as he literally picked it up off the turf. And now it's 4th down and 5 instead of 4th and 11. So under 10 to go, 24-7 the score. 4th down coming up, pistol formation. 3 wide receivers again, 2 your right side, 1 to your left. And looking to pass is Column. He throws in the flats, incomplete, and a flag comes in. Imagine that at this point in the game. 9:45 to go, and another penalty flag as every play has had a penalty.
Well, if you notice, a lot of those flags are coming from that sideline. We talked before the game about some of the activities that were happening before the game on that sidelines. I don't like. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop there. So another penalty on the Wildcats makes a drive continue here. It'll be a 1st and 10 with 9:45 to go down to the 14-yard line. So we'll see how many flags we've had on this drive alone that have continued this drive. 9:45 to go here in the 4th. Cats lead. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Pistol formation, and they're going to give it to Krell, and he's going to get inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line. And you know, here's the situation too. You let him get a 1st down inside the 2 or 3 yard line. This is where that spread offense tends to slow down. And now you got McCoubry out here far to the right. They've yet to throw him that little fade route they tried and won the game with. We'll see what they do here. And this time up the middle, Krell, and there's a flag on the play. And might be a hold on Grain Valley. We'll see.
42 kills Krell the ball carrier. Penalty flag on the field.
I thought I just saw him with his initial look that he was pointing towards Harrisonville. Oh, so there we go, a chop block. And that's the 15-yard variety. Definitely not the variety you want down inside the red zone. 9:09 to go here, fourth quarter. Cats lead 24-7. Grain Valley keeping the drive alive here. Have gotten some penalties to keep this drive alive, and with 9:09 to go, these officials have been so slow at marking the ball, as well as they're still chit-chatting. Grain Valley was ready to run a play. This is going to push them all the way back to the 24-yard line with 9:09 to go. So second down and long. You have Marquez flanked out to your left. McCoubry all alone out to the right side. Single coverage out there. Pistol formation for Column. Krell behind him in the backfield. And looking for a draw. No, they go McCoubry. Good defense. And I'm done with pass interference called on Laughlin. He just went in there to tap it away. And it brings up a second down and 10-ish.
Same line judge, it's calling every one of those pass interferences.
So it's going to be second down still. And, you know, it gets to a point this isn't helping Grain Valley any because of all of the penalties and all the time running off the clock. They're still down 3 scores in this game. So 8:58 to go brings up second down and 9 for Grain Valley with 8:58 to go here in the fourth. Column in the backfield, Krell behind him, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right in the pistol formation. And they're going to fake to Krell, they're going to throw that fade, and Laughlin into the end zone, touchdown for McCoubry.
Well, and guess where they threw the ball? To that corner of the end zone for that line judge to make the call.
So Grain Valley pulls it to within 2 scores here with a 24-13 score. We await the extra point. As out of all of that, 18 hours it felt like to take that drive, they only took 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes off of the clock. High snap, kick is up, kick is good, and it's 24-14, 8:52 to go here in the fourth. We'll take a timeout. You're listening and watching High School Football 4Ts.com.
A bad tire can ruin someone's day in a heartbeat, so don't trust your tires to just anyone. Let William at Young's Tire and Wheel Center get you rolling down the road with safety and peace of mind. With their tire warranty and free rotations, they make sure you're well taken care of. So whether it's a spare or a new set of 4 tires, Young's will get you safely to that next Wildcat away game. Act soon and you may be eligible to up to $100 in rebates with certain hand-cooked tires. Go see William today right across the road from the Garage Burgers and Brew on Commercial.
All right, welcome back. Harrisonville leads by 10, 8:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats lining up as though they're expecting an onside kick here. If you're Grain Valley, you almost have to in this situation because you know that Harrisonville can march down the field on you. So 8:52 to go in the fourth, 24-14 our score. This kickoff brought to you by, and all kickoffs brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Kick off your winter with a radiator flush and heater check from Young's. High end over end kick taken inside the 10 to the end zone, and Harrisonville gonna have 80 yards to go. Had some good long drives when they've needed good long drives all season long. We'll see what happens here. Get it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Well, and if it's a long drive, it's going to eat up more time on the clock. So I'm surprised. I didn't know that they would onside, but I thought they might try to kick it in one of the open areas. That way it wouldn't go into the end zone, and we would have to recover it.
So it'll be Knowles flanked out to your left, to your right, to the near side, McCleve. Bowers and Reynolds in the backfield, Bird under center. 1st and 10 from the 20. 8:52 to go fourth. and they give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds going to get about 4 before he's pushed back. Bring up second down. Those inside veers have been there for 3, 4, 5 yards all night. And you're at that point in the game, Gary, where you're going to take 4 or 5 yards all night long as well. They got 5 on that one, and it brings up second down and 5 for the Cats from the 25-yard line. 8:25 to go here in the fourth. Bird in no hurry, watching both the game and the play clock. It's under 10 now, and here we go, Bird. This time he gives it to Reynolds, and Reynolds has got a first down to move the chains up to the 32-yard line. As the clock will stop as they go to set the chains. That first down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So first and 10, Cats up to the 32. Bowers, Reynolds in the backfield, Bird under center. Knowles to the left, McCleve to the right. Here we go on first and 10, 7:50 to go. And this time they're going to hand it off again for Reynolds, and Reynolds stayed on his feet and gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to get a yard out of that, actually. They're going to mark it all the way up to the 33-yard line, so it's going to bring up second down and 9. So here we go on second down and about 8. 24-14 our score, 7:20 to go, fourth quarter. Cats with the lead in the football. Under 10 on the play clock now. Bird waits, and this time he's going to hand off. No, keep it himself. And he gets it up to about the 35-yard line, and it's going to bring up third down and about 6 for the Wildcats. Holden leading 21-0. Looking like they're going to be district champs, and they started the season like 1-7 and have come around. So congratulations to them. Of course, my wife, assistant principal over at the elementary there, so good for them to hopefully hold on and get a win as they're winning 21-0. All right, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, third down and 8. They're going to call it for the Cats. And Bird pitches it back to Reynolds, and Reynolds going to get to the outside. He's past the 50 and out of bounds for another Wildcat first down to the 49-yard line with 6:24 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Cats leading 24-14. First down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So 6:24 to go here, fourth quarter. Cats have the ball right at midfield on first and 10. Wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right. And here we go, Bird, this time on a counter inside veer to Bowers. And they're going to get about 3 on it, bring up a second down for the Cats with 6:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Second down and about 7. For Harrisonville here in Green Valley territory with 6 minutes on the clock here in the fourth.
Biggest thing is, clock is running.
Absolutely, and the Cats, they're taking 2, 3 downs to get a first down, eating up a lot of that clock. Second down and 7 coming up. Bird under center. And this time Bird's going to give it through Reynolds. No, he keeps it himself, and he's going to cut back. Ryan Bird inside the 30 to the 20, goes down at the 15-yard line. First and 10 Wildcats down to the 15.
32 yards.
A player you never see get animated. First down brought to you by Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Nick McCleve never gets upset about anything, and Nick was all over that official for a hit to the helmet of Ryan Bird right there, just livid, and I like to see the fire out of him there. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Watch the near side. Here's Jasper Davis to the near side. Split backs in the backfield. Bird under center first and 10 from the 15. 5:22 to go here in the fourth. And this time they're going to give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds goes right up the middle. Jasper Davis blocks on the near side down to about the 5-yard line. I believe that was Marquez that he just blocked all the way down almost into the end zone. Brings up a second down for the Cats. Call it 2nd and 8. Looks like they gave him a gain of 2 there. Again, hard to see from this vantage from where we're at to see the exact, but got a couple here. Cats in no hurry here with under 5 to go in the 4th, leading 24-14. Wide receiver out to your left, wide receiver to your right. Under center is Bird on 2nd down. And here we go. Bird keeps it himself inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line with 4:25 to go. I look for the triple option right here, Gary. 3rd down and long, 3rd and about 7. Triple option, pitch to the outside, far side of the field, left side with Reynolds. That's what I'm going to say here. See what they do on 3rd down.
I like that counter play they ran down here for the touchdown.
So wide receiver to your left, wide receiver to your right, Bird under center. And Bird going to keep it himself instead and goes inside. They ran the triple option, just didn't go the pitch play this time, and it brings up a 4th down. And Green Valley now going to call a timeout with 3:45 to go. It brings up a 4th down for the Cats at about the 9-yard line. So many different things you can do if you're Harrisonville in this timeout. That timeout brought to you by Sonic. Next time you need a timeout to get refreshed, go get you a Route 44 at Sonic today. Thing I want to see, Gary, here in this, you can do so many things. You got 4th and 5. You can run it, maybe a counter or a misdirection, something, or you can throw it. You can throw a little slant. There's just so many options that they have available at them right here.
But I say this is 4-down territory. Obviously, we're going to go for it. When I say that, well, it doesn't make any difference whether you run because the clock's going to stop as soon as the play is over anyway. But
nevertheless, you don't want to, if you kick a field goal here,
field goal's not going to help you.
And the ball's inside the 10, a field goal would bring it back to the 20. So if you don't get it, you're making them go at least 90-plus yards just to get within 3, and they've only got 3:45 in the game. So Cat's going to go for it on 4th down. You've got Davis and Laughlin flanked out to the right side. Bird going to be under center. You got Bowers and Reynolds in the backfield. 4th down and 5. Big play coming up for both sides here. And Bird looking to pass, and he throws it in the flats. Picked off, not the thing you wanted to get done, as on their feet going, and the Cats get the stop up to about the 20-yard line. So with 3:38 to go, 24-14 is the score. Green Valley a chance to make this a 3-point ball game. So 24-14 the score with 3:38 to go. If you're the Cats, you just don't want a ton of penalties on this drive. So 3:38 to go, Green Valley going to take over. They're going to have the ball from their own 21-yard line. They need to go 80 yards, get a touchdown, and get the ball back. 24-14 the score. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right, pistol formation for Collin. He's got it back behind him in the backfield, and he's going to try to chuck it deep, and instead he's chased out of the pocket, and he's running for his life, and back and forth he goes.
There was a block in the back right there. We got 2 guys down from it.
And instead it's a long run for Collin here as you just kind of watched him weave and wobble his way for a 1st down. All the way up to the 40-yard line with 3:27 to go. The clock stops as he goes out of bounds. So the Cats trying to hold on here, up 24-14 with 3:27 to go in the 4th quarter. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, and they go right back to that double tight formation. After that, they're going to go with Euler, and Euler's going to throw it deep downfield. Cats come back for it, and we're waiting, and there it comes.
We're beginning to just understand this when it's going to happen at Green Valley. So,
well, here's the situation. I know what he was. I can see where they were going with that. What they're going to say that he was blocking the face. I get that part of it, but it took him a half an hour to run across the field to throw the flag. So it does not make himself look good in doing that, but it was face guarding because Laughlin came back. I know he was trying to show that he was going for the ball, but in blocking the face, they're going to call that penalty, and it'll be a first down to the 45 with 3:21 to go. But at this point, Harrisonville can't do anything defensively against the pass because they've called a penalty every single play. So down to the 45-yard line, 3:21 to go in the fourth. Cats lead 24-14. Three wide receivers set to the right side. Collum looking to the right side. He's still looking. He's kind of got happy feet. Now he's going to run, and he throws it complete. Clock stops as the chains will move with 3:11 to go. And down inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line. Wide receiver, three of them to your right side, one to your left. Pistol formation, Collum. And Collum looking to throw out that way. He's chased out of the pocket, loses his footing, stays on his feet, throws it far sideline, incomplete. Brings up second down and 10 with 3:01 to go here on the clock. So 24-14 your score, 3:01 to go here, fourth quarter. Cats with the advantage. Second down and 10 coming up, and Marquez comes up a little gingerly back into the huddle. And he's going to try to shake it off here. They're going to go with wide receivers. Three of them out to the far side. Euler, Boozman, and McCoubry. And this time they're going to fake the handoff and nowhere to go. Cats bring down Collum after a gain of about 2 or 3. He's going to bring up third down here. Whistle and a timeout called, I believe. So that timeout, that should be one left as you hear the Harrisonville crowd calling for with 2:51 to go. Next time you need a timeout, go see the friendly folks at Sonic for Route 44. We'll just keep it right here with you with 2:51 to go here in the fourth quarter of this one. Harrisonville leads 24-14. Harrisonville fans a little feisty here on the near side. Don't know that there's only one timeout left. They're wanting to change it on the scoreboard, but Grain Valley has not changed it up there on the scoreboard. Third down and 5, they're going to call it coming up for Grain Valley with 2:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats clinging to a 10-point lead. McCoubry flanked near side, left side. Three wide receivers out to the right side. Marquez, Euler, and Boozman. Pistol formation for Collum. Has his running back. Grasher in the backfield behind him. Coach Maxwell was wanting an explanation of something here. He has not been too happy on the near side.
He's been asking for that ever since about 3 plays ago, but the wideout would never come over. He's supposed to come over and at least explain what's going on, and he finally got the explanation 2 or 3 minutes down the line.
And I'm going to tell you, Coach Maxwell is one of the most mild-mannered folks you will meet, and he is not too happy on the sideline as his headset came off as well. 2:51 to go here in the fourth. 24-14 Cats with a lead. Three wide receivers to your right, one to your left. Pistol formation Collum. He's looking to throw. He throws it, and it's complete to McCoubry in the end zone for a touchdown. Makes it 24-20. Extra point coming up. So 24-20 now the score. Grain Valley pulls it to within 4, extra point coming up. And I'll tell you what, this is a big extra point in this ball game because that means a field goal could tie it. So 2:46 to go here in the fourth. 24-20 is the score. We await the kick. High snap, kick is up, kick is good. And it's a 24-21 game. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. Cats lead by 3.
Need a haircut, highlight, beauty supplies, nails done? Good news, Harrisonville has your one stop to answer all these questions. Salon 114 on the west side of the historic Harrisonville Square is a full-service salon with cuts, colors, curls, conditioners, and nails. There is no reason to make multiple appointments and stops. Just go see Amy and her girls and get it all done at once. Salon 114 is proud to sponsor Wildcat Athletics and the Wildcat Cheerleaders Spirit Spotlight.
All right, welcome back. 2:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats lead by 3. You got to expect an onside kick is coming from Grain Valley. If you're Harrisonville, you just want to cover the ball and you want to get a couple of first downs and get out of here with a victory. So 2:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Cats lead 24-21. Platte County was up 31-0 on Lafayette was the score we saw a little bit ago. That was 7-0 at the half, and you can see the onside kick is coming, and it goes right to Grain Valley. Unbelievable. Hit it right off of us, and it'll be Grain Valley ball from the 48, their own 48-yard line with 2:44 to go here in this one. So 1st and 10 Grain Valley. Now Grain Valley a chance to tie or win this ball game with 2:44 to go in this one. Game was 24-7 going into the fourth quarter. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right, pistol formation, column in the backfield. Has Krell behind him in the backfield, and they're going to throw it out in the flats to Boozman. He's got nowhere to go. He's wrapped up and taken down for a loss of about 3 back at the 45. Brings up a second down. And Grain Valley looks like going to call their last timeout here on 2nd down and 14. A timeout brought to you by Sonic. Next time you need a breather and you need a refresher, go grab you a Route 44 at Sonic. And Gary, here's the situation, 2:33 to go in this ball game. Last timeout called by Grain Valley in the ball game, using their last timeout. If they give them another one, I would be a little bit upset if I was several people, not just coaching staff, but that should be their last timeout. They called a timeout on Harrisonville's 4th down play down here. They didn't put that one on the scoreboard, so they should be out of timeouts now. If you're Harrisonville, you just got to calm your players down and say, play your game, see what can happen. It's 24-21, 2:33 to go. Grain Valley has it at their own 45-yard line, coming out of the timeout.
And this line judge just told Coach Max that they had all 3 of theirs, and Grain Valley has none. So at least those on the field know what's going on. Now, I don't know about the line judge on the other side. He may think they've still got 3. But
so they're going to empty the backfield. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Column looking to throw, and he's being chased from behind now and still on his feet and throws it away.
Nobody there either.
Nobody within 15 yards. There was Boozman over here.
He was 10 yards away from it, though.
So brings up 3rd down and 15 with 2:25 to go. I'm just so antsy because I'm just feeling a 4th down and 12 play that they call a pass interference penalty on. So 3rd down and long coming up here. 2 wide receivers. We'll see what they're going to do here with 2:25 to go. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. So about 3rd down and 15, 24-21, 2:25 to go, 4th quarter. So it'll be Boozman and Marquez flanked out to the far side. 2 wide receivers near side, pistol formation. Column called for the ball, and he's got nowhere to go. They throw it to Krell, and Krell gets tackled, and should have been a block in the back. They're trying to say horse collar and everything else, and instead it's going to be 4th down and 12 coming up for the Eagles. So 4th down coming up, 2:08 to go, 4th quarter. Clock will roll here as Marquez trying to get back into the huddle. So under 2 to go. Clock is rolling, 4:11 to go. Sorry, 4th and 11 to go on this one. If you're the Cats, you just try to keep everybody in front of you and let your defense try to do its job on the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 his right, 1 to his left. Column looking to throw. He's going to chuck it deep downfield, out of bounds, incomplete. The Cats are going to hold, and there's no timeouts left. And guess what? The best formation of all, Gary.
Victory formation.
So the Cats are going to hang on here. Be 1st and 10 from the Green Valley 48. And they're going to be able to salt this away with some kneel downs. And they're going to move on to the quarterfinals against who else?
Watch out, though. It might be 5 minutes.
The Webb City Cardinals for the 4th consecutive year. When you talk Class 4 football and you talk the class of Class 4, you're talking about the program out here taking a kneel down, and you're talking about the program that's down in Webb City. They have played in the last 3 state title games between the 2 of them. The last 7 state title games between the 2 of them. And the clock now will roll. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that this gets as close to 5 seconds left on the clock on a 4th down as you can possibly get here. So 2nd down coming up now for the Wildcats. 5 seconds on the play clock. Bird is going to take his knee. The clock will roll here. So 3rd down coming up for the Wildcats right from midfield. Ryan gonna have to take a knee one more time here. You just gotta get it under that 25-second spot, and it is. So that means your Harrisonville Wildcats are going back to the state playoffs, and they got a date with the Webb City Cardinals. I believe next Friday night is probably when they'll play that game. We'll double check that Webb City did win, but they were up 28-14 in that one. Coach Maxwell still talking it to the White Hat, still not happy. Bottom line, Cats get the W, and they move on to the state playoffs and their district championships for the 4th consecutive year. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with your post-game show after this. You're watching high school football on 4Ts.com.
What is the number one thing people look for when buying a used car? Trust. If you can't trust the person you buy your vehicle from, you can end up with a lemon. Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's trusted name for used cars since 1984. That's over 30 years in business, earning your trust and giving you confidence that he will be around for your family for years to come. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, think about the used car dealer that has been around longer than any other. Holland Auto Sales on Commercial, just past Price Chopper.
Harrisonville Wildcats post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House, is open late to feed your hunger after every Wildcat win, home or away. No matter if it's appetizers to dissect the game or a full meal to celebrate, Forged by Fire is your stop. Try some fried pickles or wings, fill up on the half-pound Boss Burger, or go all out with a hand-cut, made-to-order 16-ounce Kansas City strip. After tonight's game, go to the Harrisonville's premier sit-down restaurant, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House in the Price Chopper Shopping Center. Harrisonville Wildcats post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House, is open late to feed your hunger after every Wildcat win, home or away. No matter if it's appetizers to dissect the game or a full meal to celebrate, Forged by Fire is your stop. Try some fried pickles or wings, fill up on the half-pound Boss Burger, or go all out with a hand-cut, made-to-order 16-ounce Kansas City strip. After tonight's game, go to the Harrisonville's premier sit-down restaurant, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House in the Price Chopper Shopping Center.
Why spend hours and hours scouring the internet looking for the best insurance prices when Stafford & Stafford Insurance can do it for you? They have over 40 employees and agents working for you and your family to match you with the right insurances to have you covered. No matter if it's auto, business, health, life, or home insurance, they will match you with what best fits you and your budget. So stop working so hard and work smart. Give Stafford & Stafford Insurance a call at 816-884-4800 and take the work out of insurance.
Free donuts. Yep, that's right. Fuel up at Sap Brothers Truck Stop and get a free donut. If donuts are not your thing, wait, what someone doesn't like donuts? Anyway, they do have a full menu of lattes, hot and iced coffees for that caffeine jolt you may need in the early mornings, afternoon pick-me-ups, or late-night work. Bring the kids 12 and under in on Thursdays from 3 to 5 for the Build Your Donut Night. At Dunkin' Donuts, located inside the new Sap Brothers Truck Stop on the Highway 7 exit, there's a little something for the whole family and convenience to boot with a drive-thru and open 24 hours.
There is only one wireless hotspot for T's and CBK Broadcasting Trust. That is a hotspot from the cell-only Verizon wireless store in Harrisonville. With easy access in the Price Chopper Shopping Center, they are there to answer any questions you may have. Right now, come in and get a free Samsung tablet, discount bundles, and contract buyouts from any other carrier. If that wasn't enough, if you come in and mention this ad, get 15% off your purchase. Run out and see them today at cell-only Verizon Wireless.
Harrisonville's newest paper is your best place for area news and coverage of Harrisonville sports. Dedicated to giving you the stories that are at the heart of the community and business profiles so you can get to know local businesses, they are becoming Harrisonville's go-to news source. With distribution at several local businesses and with subscriptions available, get your hands on Harrisonville's hottest commodity, a copy of the Harrisonville Star, today.
Now with 2 locations in Harrisonville and Belton, your premier pre-owned dealers at Show Me Auto Mall have made buying a car, truck, or SUV even easier. The crew at Show Me Auto Mall wants to make sure you experience hassle-free sales with premier pre-owned cars. With the Show Me Edge warranty, you have a peace of mind that Show Me will take care of you. So when you're in the market for a vehicle, go experience the Show Me difference in Harrisonville across from Walmart or the new location in Belton across from Chipotle.
All right, welcome back. Your final score, 24-21. Harrisonville wins it in the district championship game. And no, as a common occurrence, Harrisonville and Webb City's seasons are going to come down to playing each other next Friday night. We're thinking next Friday night at home against Webb City. Harrisonville and Webb City the last couple of years, they've played those Friday night games. Coaches from both sides feel that keeps them in their routines better, so they want to do that instead of waiting until that extra game. So I would imagine it'll be next Friday night at 7. It could be Saturday. I'm not going to say I'm guaranteeing Friday night. It could be Saturday, but they do have that option to play Friday night, and that's what they've done the last several years.
Now, you did guarantee a fake punt today.
Hey, I told you, I said, I'm not saying, I'm just saying we haven't had a fake punt all season long, and Ryan's able to set that up because that's what they do with that rugby-style punt, and guess what? It came at a perfect opportunity. And, I'm going to go back to that drive in the fourth quarter that started with, I believe, 8:58 to go, and they took all the way down to like a 5-minute drive there. That drive reminded me a lot of the state championship game when they were up 21-14 and they needed some first downs to salt it away. Now, granted, they did end up getting the ball back and scoring, but overall, you wasted 5.5 minutes in a game that it came down to the final minutes after that onside kick.
So. Yeah, that was a fourth down play. So, I mean, it was either kick a field goal, which was not going to do you any good, or go for it on fourth down. If you didn't make it, they were still going to get the ball anyway. They just got it about 10 yards closer or closer to their end zone after the interception and it was all done. But yeah, it was a 10-play. 5 minute and 10 second and 71 yards. And so, I mean, that is what we did. But what did we do when we came out of the locker room? We drove the ball 8 plays, 38 yards. If you recall, that was that short field because they kind of pooch kicked it. 3 minutes and 50 seconds and scored a touchdown. And that put us up by 2 scores. And so anyway, as far as stats for the game, we ended up with almost 350 yards rushing. Reynolds ended up having 22 carries for 135 yards. Bowers had 10 carries for 89 yards, and Bird had 14 carries for 69 yards. And then, as we've talked about in that first drive, Isaiah Patrick had 1 carry for 44 yards. We had 71 yards in passing with a total of about 410 yards total offense. And in that second half, we had the ball 16 minutes to their 8. We got the ball, and then whenever we got the ball, we held on to it. We had scores. I mean, we ended up having the scores in the second half and with the drives and the one that didn't end up a score, but 3 long drives that ate up a lot of clock, and that's what we needed to do.
And they did it well. Bottom line is fourth quarters are going to be fourth quarters, and when you got 2 good teams, it's going to come down to the final minutes. You just throw all the other stuff out the door, regardless of what your thoughts may be. They got the job done that they needed to get done. They got the victory. Grain Valley made a valiant effort, came up a little bit short. That last series, you saw the Harrisonville defense pinned against the wall, a little over 2 minutes to go after the onside kick. They pinned their ears back. They made Colum think about it, and they were able to get a victory. And I wish I had a camera on midfield here, because you got a kid from Grain Valley, a senior. He just doesn't quite want to take that uniform off, laying there at midfield just looking up at the sky. We've all been there before. Oh. We've all known our last game we've ever going to play. He knows it. He may not go to college and play, and he's just soaking it all in. I remember a story last year or a couple years ago, Mateo Gonzalez told me a story about how hard it was for him after they lost in districts to take that jersey off because he knew he was never going to put it on again. But
it didn't make any difference whether the Grain Valley or Harrisonville or whatever player. You got to feel for them, and all of us that have had kids go through the system, and you will be having someone go through the system, how hard that is. I mean, it's very, very difficult. But it is his last game, and he knows it. And at least in high school, whether he goes on to play college, it's still a different atmosphere. College is totally different than high school is. But the one thing that this game did for Harrisonville, you need adversity to get better. You don't want to go out and blow somebody out. So even though I may have complained a little bit about the calls, which I know I shouldn't do on the radio.
No, absolutely. But here's the thing, Gary. There were questionable calls. It wasn't as though we were just crazy homers not seeing what everybody else. My wife texted me, and she said, it looks terrible. So when you got people watching and they're saying it looks terrible, there's something to that. I mean, the last one, the most obvious one that was called that everybody was fired up about was the face guarding one by Nick Laughlin. That was a legit penalty. But you've called 19 before that, and it took you a half an hour to run from this 10 over there to throw the flag at Nick to show that it was a penalty. So that made it look bad. Bottom line is you get the W, you get to play a state playoff game, a real live state, not a participation trophy game. You get to play a state playoff game in the quarterfinals at home next week. And I'm going to tell you, success breeds success. Quarterfinals in football, quarterfinals in soccer. They all feed off of each other. And I'm going to tell everybody watching this game, get out to the stadium tomorrow. Get out to the stadium tomorrow and support the soccer guys. If you can't, if you're going to be in a deer stand, I believe deer season opens in the morning, pull it up on your phone, watch it, support the soccer kids. They're looking for their first trip to the Final Four in school history. And then try to see Harrisonville next Friday do the same exact thing.
Well, you know, Webb City and Harrisonville, last year, normally prior to last year, most of the times Harrisonville and Webb City would play. Webb City's won the game in the prior year. It's a totally different game this year. Harrisonville, there's a lot of players on this field, on this team, that played against or on the sidelines last year when we played Webb City in their house and beat them. And that is going to make things so much different for Webb City coming up to Harrisonville and having to play in our house, knowing that we beat them last year and kept them out of the going forward in the playoffs, and we have the opportunity to just move right on forward through the playoffs at home.
You know, and they got to look at it. They got to say, yeah, is Webb City undefeated this year? Absolutely. But you know what? It's a different game come playoff. You got split back veer versus split back veer. It's going to be one of those games. It's who's doing what the best. Our offense looked beautiful tonight. It's looked beautiful for the last 6 weeks. It's running on all cylinders. The defense can step up. We're going to see a good old-fashioned smash-mouth football game next week, and it's going to be a blast.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I want to thank everybody for getting us on the air, for Jerry Forschler down there somewhere, for Ron Allschlager, who's down there as well, for Gary Davidson. I'm saying good night from Grain Valley. We're coming home district champions. Go out tomorrow, watch the soccer team, and join us tomorrow on 4Ts and next Friday night on 4Ts.com. We'll see you then.